see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots, and a sexy body full of
When did fans toys start putting QR codes on the bottom of their boxes?
It's weird.
I don't know.
Like, have you noticed that they had a QC past 52 one time? I was like, where the fuck did they get up into the 50s?
Yeah, why are there? Well, because the other ones died, so they had to get new ones.
Oh god,
had to bring it back. Ricky, if Ricky was in the Star Wars universe, the Empire would have won. Apparently,
the Empire did win.
Did they?
I hate to be the one to tell you, the Emperor lost. The Empire won.
They won by eventually falling and losing their power.
Nope, they just went underground. That's where the Illuminati is smart. They keep themselves quiet and they just sit back and enjoy the riches.
So Ricky believes that the First Order is the Illuminati, and they're the ones who are running this world. Yep. Either way,
no, technically in that case, like the Emperor and the Sith would be the Illuminati of that universe, because they were the ones behind the scenes pulling the strings.
Somehow.
Yep. Somehow we got onto this fucking tangent.
Somehow Klaus Schwab returned. Either way, so we're just gonna start.
Welcome to Now You Made It Awkward podcast.
Yeah, episode 36. And there was literally an hour of conversation none of you will ever hear that just happened.
It's gonna end up in the pocket universe with bat nipples and that other episode that never gets.
None of you want to hear this conversation. Trust me, it is nothing to do with.
We have a whole episode or half a chunk of an episode that it's never.
That'll never see the light of day. I don't even remember what's on it.
It's actually it's not a bad episode, but we just couldn't agree that it should be aired. Yeah. That's why I need new co-hosts to vote. Otherwise,
well, you never sent us the episode to listen to, so I mean,
yes, I did, and you just didn't listen to it. Either way,
well, you have to do it again.
See, Ricky's on a conspiracy that I never. That's a Mandela effect. That
it's the COVID. It gave me COVID brain. I don't know.
Probably. Either way, fucking A. We're back again. I'm Shoky. I'm very fucking tired, and I hate Amazon so very much, except when they bring me my stuff. And you can follow me at all the Shoky related things in the description down below, like usual. And by the way, guys, I will take this moment to plug our Christmas merch. We do have Christmas Nymea merch. You can go buy in the shop link down below.
What's Nymea?
That would be this Pockward cast. Fuck.
Yes.
God damn. Can you tell I'm tired? Anyways. Yes, we have Christmas Nymea logo that's up there. Actually, I'll probably put it on the screen if I'm editing things properly here. And of course, that's Ricky over there being annoying as usual. But we still love him. I don't know why he went silent all of a sudden.
Because I don't agree with your addition to my name, so I'm not responding to it.
I didn't add an addition to your name. I added a descriptor.
Yes, you did. Oh my god.
So either way, you can follow Ricky's work for Nerd Rage Radio over on the Facebooks. By the way, did you ever figure out a software?
Yep. You saw the new video up.
No, I know, but I don't know what you're using.
Oh, dude, I kind of got yelled at by Bobby. So yeah. The subscription thing canceled and all that.
Yeah.
And then like a week or two later, they sent me we really want your money and come back to us, huge discount on the price, and I just bought it again.
But not for the 120 they want.
Nowhere near that number, like way under that number. Not as good as it was, but way under that number.
So we need to work that deal there. He got the quote unquote Karen discount.
Yep, you just sit there and sit back and let them bitches lower the price.
Yep, there you go. And of course, you can also follow him Friday nights at 9 p.m. over on the Realm of Collectors channel on the Realm Haddon Project.
Yep.
By the way, I believe one of your co-hosts, I think it's Wolfie.
He's an ass.
Yeah, but if he's the person I'm thinking of, I guess I could say I can bleep it. Is that?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I saw.
You don't have to bleep it?
No, I have to bleep it. I know, but I don't tend to share people's names if I don't have to. Either way, I don't know him, but when I saw him post a video in the Realm the other day, I was like, is that unboxing art? And like, I even showed it to Jessica, and I'm like, who does that look like? She's like, looks like that guy you used to talk to on YouTube all the time. It's like, I know. It's like, he looks just like fucking unboxing art. It's weird. He just doesn't have.
I don't even know who that is.
So he was one of my other YouTube friends until he decided to not be because of dumb political nonsense, which actually made no sense because we weren't even in. That fight made no sense because we were both on the same side, but somehow we were fighting over it. I don't understand. Either way. So look, very similar beard, very similar facial structure, everything. Like if he had gauges in his ears, I would have thought it was. I would have
So
thought
is
it was
unboxing art an ugly asshole too?
Yes.
Is what you're saying?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Andy's in Maryland.
Fuck you, Wolfie.
Yeah. Where's Wolfie located? Do you know?
Yep.
Where?
Northeastern.
Okay, so if he's in Maryland, that would be really funny because they're both up there, and it's like run into each other at the store, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Either way, I know.
Close, but not quite.
Okay, either way. So there's that. So there's your Realm plug for the week. Go watch the Realm Hatton Project on Friday nights, and then immediately come over and watch my live streams because it's still going after the Realm ends. And then we do have a returning Canadian with the Rusty Mechanic.
Well, yeah, I guess you guys enjoyed me so much you just couldn't stay away.
Yeah,
you're definitely better than Canadian bacon because that's just ham.
Yeah, that is just ham. Are you just ham, Rusty?
No, I said he's better than that.
I can ham it up from time to time.
I see what you did there.
You like that? You like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Waka waka waka.
Goddamn. So either way, yeah, we snagged him up again this week because Dormammu's still going to be out for a little while. But he's definitely, I think he's itching to come back. He does seem very, very tired of the bullshit.
Dude, Dormammu Mike better fucking tighten up. They'll be in that Sean hole, man. Rusty fits in. He grooves with us, man. You motherfuckers better get on it.
Sean came back to visit last week.
Dude, and I'm going to say this. First, I'm going to say, fuck Sean, because I have to. And secondly, I'm going to say I had a blast because after he hung out for a little bit, like me and him stayed on for probably an hour and a half afterwards, just shooting the bullshit, like on video chat, just talking with each other about painting and stuff. He showed me a bunch of shit he had worked on and was working on, and we were bouncing ideas off of each other. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I figured
But fuck Sean.
No, I don't want to butt fuck Sean. Anyways,
I mean,
that
have
extra.
You seen his ass though?
Yeah. It's but as much as he talks about what comes out of it, I don't want to have anything to do with it. So
yeah, but that means there's nothing in there
that you know of.
But it could be you.
Yeah.
Oh, gross, Sean. You're disgusting, Sean.
He is really disgusting. You have no idea. The stuff he says in our chat is nothing compared to what he texts me all the time.
Oh my god.
Either way, so go follow the Rusty Mechanic stuff down below. So total side tangent there.
Go follow the Rusty
That's awesome. I like to see how far I can get him off trail and see how he can get back to it. Like sometimes it's just promo. A game for him.
Yeah, there's your Rusty promo. But I did put
up fucking Sean and go look at Rusty stuff.
Yeah. To be fair.
To be fair.
A Rusty Mechanic does sound like some type of sexual act.
Like a rusty trombone.
Yeah, but something more automotive.
That's why I picked it.
Is it
nice?
You guys didn't catch up on that. You guys have been watching my channel then.
I have seen a few of your episodes. I'm the one who told Sean to go check them out, so that's not true at all.
Yeah.
Actually, shout out to Sean and Dormammu. Thank you for subscribing, guys.
Did you hit 1,000 yet?
I'm 938 as of 5 minutes ago.
So I can't remember if I'm officially subscribed. If not, I'm gonna wait until you're at 999. I'm gonna be that guy.
I'm subscribed. Sorry. Had a burp coming. I'm subscribed to one of my channels. I can give you at least 3 more. So I can give you 3 other subscriptions. They won't mean anything, but they'll push you over the line.
And if anybody's curious, I have a push to 1,000 contest going on where I'm going to give away a Fans Toys Apache or a Fans Toys Iceman when I hit 1,000. So you got to go check that out.
Yes, by all means, do that.
But what if we don't collect Masterpiece?
You can always sell them.
Then why are we talking?
Because I used to collect Masterpiece.
Yeah, you can always sell it off for cash.
He's a Legends dork now.
Yeah. Actually, I still have about 300 Masterpiece figures in my room. I'm just swapping them out.
You just haven't sold them all just yet.
Yeah.
Speaking of Legends figures, I finally busted open my RC that I got the other day. Did
all that
New Age, the New Age, RC. It's really good, but I don't know about because I know you got it, Ricky. Does her head, because it does that weird flip flop thing. Mine is like it doesn't stay. It doesn't stay. Like you try to lift up her, just turn her chin up a little bit. The whole thing will just go, just flip up all the way.
I've never tried to do that to her, so I don't know. I got her in position and left her alone.
Yeah. Well, like obviously with the review, I had to put her in several positions, which I did do, which you guys saw the pictures of.
Take a drink every time they say position, boys and girls.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Position.
Yeah. No, we should have the To Be Fair drinking game with this show is what it should be.
No, you can't have drink. You can't. We, the creators, cannot create a drinking game because then we can forcefully make it happen. It has to be somebody listening, randomly choosing stuff.
Well,
like
it's
that.
not the Ricky Hakes She-Hulk game.
Yeah, well, that'd be lame because Elon Musk over here will just edit me out every time I say it. So,
oh, I didn't know Elon Musk was on this show. That'd be awesome.
no, that'd be you.
Elon, come on the show.
You're the Elon Musk of this show.
Why?
Because you censor me.
I didn't spend $44 billion on this.
I know.
And also, I censored myself and Rusty too. So, and then there's 3 spots where I didn't, and I kicked myself because I kicked myself in the middle of the. I was like, damn it, I missed it. So I didn't fully edit you. Either way, so I did the upgrade set on the New Age Hephaestus, or also known as Devastator. So I upgraded the hips.
Oh, the hips, yeah.
Yeah, did the hip upgrade. I did all the parts swap out for the legs on those guys. That was a pain in the ass to film, and even a bigger pain in the ass to offload the footage because I forgot that I had upped the quality. So I was like, why the fuck are these files so large? I was like, oh, oops, I forgot. I meant to only leave that on for like a short video, and I left it on for filming all of that shit. I was like, oh, good. I have an hour of almost not quite 4K footage. I was like, oh, that's what happened.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
okay.
it's like,
yeah.
I was like, why
Your
did
memory is going to be tanked, man.
Yeah, that's what happened. And then I had to delete some shit to get it all off my phone. And then I was like, okay, where did it stop? And then I'm trying to figure this out. The other thing is I got in the NECA TMNT movie 2 Secret of the Ooze 4-pack figures. I'm going to have to...
Everything you hoped it would be?
It is, but the weird part is... Well, no, the thing is, like, I thought they were essentially going to be identical with the exception of, like, the head and maybe some paint. No, there's some differences that I did not expect. So I'm going to have to, like, really break it down. I've done a video on them yet. I just did an unboxing
Well,
for my
the movies,
members.
they were slightly different. Like,
They were.
Leo looked a little more muscular than him. Ralphie looked a little fatter and like bigger.
Ralphie?
And Mikey looked emaciated. Yep, I'm on a Christmas Story.
It's Christmas Story. Yeah.
Yep.
You remember Ralphie? He's the one with the attitude. Can't quite put down the BB gun.
Raph. That's why I mixed it up.
So no, now the head sculpts were all different because they had significantly better animatronic heads, and they made them look more different between the movies.
Speaking of Sean, I just got a message from him. Sorry to be random.
No, you're fine.
But go ahead.
So I opened those. I just taking a look at them. The accessories that come with it are just kind of meh. It's basically just kind of trying to fill out that initial scene from the movie. You know, when they fight the Foot Clan in the mall. It does come with the sausages.
The one where they don't use any fucking weapons because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 2 is a what do they call it? A beta cucked movie.
Whatever. Yeah, after they introduced that legislation, they couldn't use weapons on humans. So that's it does come with all that. So it'd be funny to replicate a mall diorama where you got the sword stuck in the ceiling. You know, Mikey grabs the sausages, and then Donnie's using the Nerf bat to smack the other guy around. But you need the clown. You need the rocking clown.
Oh no, that was nightmare fuel.
I know, but I always love that scene. He's like, yeah, and he's just sitting there pushing it back. I'm like, what the fuck is this movie? I'm still waiting on their Kino that they teased earlier this year, so hopefully we'll get that very soon. Get that.
I'm out on all the movie stuff until my Vanilla Ice gets released.
I will tell you that they're probably closer to making that happen than you think.
And that'll be the last one I buy.
So here's a thing I did not know that was coming with this particular set. So this was the 4-pack VHS set. It comes with the club background.
No, the Go Ninja Rap one.
Yes. So it actually has the stage background from that scene that it came with. So
just give me Vanilla Ice already. NECA, quit fucking around.
Now, if they give us Vanilla Ice and like most of the other band members too, that'd be fun. But then you got to get Mikey.
You just need the other two
guitar.
dancers.
Yeah,
no, you just gotta get the other two. Mikey with the key. Was that in the movie? I thought that was no, because or whatever the fuck that was.
No, because maybe it wasn't Mikey, but remember they cranked the volume up on the thing and then he hit the guitar, and that's what blows Shredder through the wall.
Yeah.
So there's that. Oh, and my movie 2 Shredder will be here any day. So NECA didn't sleep on shipping that one out. So that order.
I'm
went
not
up.
in for all those repaints.
Well, at least that one does have new molding and stuff like that, and a new cape and all that kind of shit. So, because they gave us the Movie 2 Shredder helmet in the accessories pack that came out earlier this year, but just the helmet. So, like, you know, and then some
He
people
doesn't have enough blades on his outfit.
Yeah, he needs more blades. So, you know, there's a whole bunch of crap that I've got sitting around here somewhere. I think I've got several bags of NECA accessories, so I need to go through those and figure out what I'm going to do. I'm going to reorganize all those shelves and stuff like that into like the different vignettes that I want to have for it, you know. But now I feel like I need to get another set of Movie 2 Turtles just so I can do the under the dock final fight there with Super Shredder.
Kevin Nash.
Yeah, with Kevin Nash. Because I had that Super Shredder, and no, I didn't.
I do too.
Did you have the normal one, or do you have any of the other two variants of that?
I have the regular one, I think. I don't remember. Not the blacked out one.
Yeah, Shadow Master.
Man, no.
And then
which was dumb.
The like
what a complete
the super
dumb,
purple. Yeah,
fucking dumb repaint, dude.
No,
Because of that one time in the movie, remember he stood in the shadows. You can only see part of him, so let's put a whole toy out painted black. Fucking
yeah.
dumb.
Well, apparently they actually had a toy for that back in the day. That's what it's based
Fucking
off of. But
dumb.
the super metallic purple one was this stupid repaint that I thought was
No, I have the base one.
Yeah, good. That's the one that matters, I think.
I have the proper one. All the rest of them are trash.
Yeah. So I do have that on the way. Actually, I should have a BBTS box showing up any minute if it hasn't already. And then of course my dumbass forgot that more stuff was coming in, so I shipped the box, and literally 35 minutes later, another pre-order dropped. Yeah, I was like, God damn it. And then I bought more stuff on top of that. If you guys, because you guys both buy toys fairly often, have you ever had something sitting in your cart you forgot about, and then you add something new, and then you hit buy and not realize the other thing was still in there?
Why the price is so high up in there?
Yeah.
No, I've never got to past the buying point, but I went to go hit complete order, and all of a sudden I saw the price. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I've done the thing where you like buy something from one place and then you completely forgot that you placed an order there, and you're over on another website like picking out something else, and then you're like, oh yeah, and I'll add that in too, and then the next thing you have like
multiples of the same thing from
you
different
got
places.
multiples of the same. You're going, how the fuck did I pull this off? Like, anyway.
I did that with comic books.
I never did that.
Yeah, I did it with comics. I bought some cover variants online and then bought them in store. And like,
well, I'll tell you, like part of the reason why I'm giving away FT Apache is because I buy every time that I buy a Masterpiece figure, I buy enough for each mode, right? So I can display all modes. Well, Apache comes in 3 modes. So what the fuck did my dumbass do? I ordered 3 Apaches from one site and 3 Apaches from another site.
Oh,
and
shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah,
my
man. I was like,
God.
That's fucking bad, dude.
You might singularly be the reason why we're actually still getting Fans Toys products, because you kept the company afloat with your Apache orders.
He artificially inflated the number of Apaches sold.
Yeah,
all the secondary market people who can't get their money off of it, it's Rusty's fault.
Well,
he ordered so many of them.
They're literally watching the sales. They're like, man, this guy in Canada loves Apache.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I ended up putting 3 in a shelf. I gave one away to a buddy of mine because, you know, it was one of those situations of, yeah, I completely missed the pre-orders, whatever, right? And I was like, here, take this, and sold one to another guy, and I still have this last one that anyway, so
that you're giving away if you go subscribe to the Rusty Mechanic.
Because you can't sell it now. It's ridiculous. Like, I mean, nobody wants it, so
yeah, especially after,
because you could still get it. Like, it's active on BBTS like right now.
Yeah, and it's cheap too. It's like down to $200 or something, which is what like Jive is going for this week. So 200 Canadian. Sorry,
good old Jive.
It's about that. It's like 219 or something, I think, here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that. What was the other thing I was thinking? Oh, I do have a bunch of other figures I still need to review, but I just didn't have enough time yesterday. I got through a lot of things, so I still got to get through my Power Rangers figures that I just got. I forgot I have my Planet X and Insecticons sitting here too, so I got to review those. My hands are so damn tired from work, and my fingers hurt. Like, it's just like basically I have like tendonitis,
and his penis shrunk and his balls are swollen. He's
those are definitely much bigger than they used to be. But like trying to manipulate small fucking things for Transformers is difficult. So I'm gonna like get all the figures done like while my hands hurt. It's like, you'd think it wouldn't be a thing, but especially after manipulating fucking tiny ass screwdriver for that Devastator redo, I was sitting there like, fuck, just to get like 5 fucking screws out.
I literally have fears that I'm going to end up with arthritis if I keep up with this, because like manipulating the transformations all the time, and trying to shoot the videos and all that stuff. Like sometimes like there's like joints in my hand that just lock up, and I'm like, what the hell is happening right now? And all of a sudden,
You give
click,
yourself like
and
carpal tunnel.
Yeah.
I love that it's because of the Transformers, not the automotive expeditions.
Well,
Like,
small
it's
intricate stuff
Yeah, no,
compared
it's
to
small
big
intricate
cranky
maneuvers
things.
that are
it's not from working on engines or anything else like that.
No.
It's definitely from the Transformers.
Yeah,
Fucking
well, it's
Transformers.
because it's because, like you said, it's like the small manipulations that it's like the first knuckle of my thumb all of a sudden locks up when I'm in the middle of like manipulating a part, and then I can't get my thumb to move, and I'm like, what the hell is happening to my hand right now? And all of a sudden, click. Oh, that fucking hurt. And then
Yeah.
And you start looking like that guy. It's my strong hand.
Get some
it has nothing
Voltaren.
to do with racking my knuckles off of brake calipers and God knows what else,
or using power tools that sit there and shake your hands
vibrate
violently.
the fuck out of your stuff. Yeah.
No, I'm
It has
pretty
nothing
sure
to do with it's 100% Fans Toys fault, maybe a little bit of
fucking Hasbro, you pieces of shit.
I blame these 6 Fans Toys Apaches I ordered.
I mean, if you transformed all of them back to back, I would believe you.
Yeah. Yep. If you transform them all back to back and you didn't have an ultimate the claw hand from that point forward in your life.
Yeah. Dude, you joke. I had a claw thing going on Saturday night when we went out for dinner. Like I'm sitting here driving.
What you and your wife do in the privacy of your marriage is not for podcasting, sir.
Well, no, it's for OnlyFans.
Well,
anyways,
not this podcast.
Not this podcast. There you go. But literally, like I was holding my hand up. I'm like, look at my fucking fingers. It's like I'm not doing that. That's just how they're stuck right now. It's like, it's like literally like a fucking like relaxed version of my hand was a fucking claw. I was like, yeah, this is what work has done to me in the last 2 weeks. It's like, yeah, I've definitely been beat up like a motherfucker by work. For those
who that time of year.
It is that time of year, but
it's a holly jolly Christmas.
Since I got screwed last year and didn't actually get the extra work, I guess I can't complain that much especially when my paycheck came in so nicely last week. So
I was gonna say you'll like it on payday, it just sucks getting to payday.
Well, once again, to be fair, to be fair.
See, I'm already chiming with you guys. To be fair,
yeah, but do you know
Dormammu and Mike? You better fucking hurry up.
But you know the reference, right?
I don't know the reference. I'm just following.
He doesn't. Oh my god, reference. He's not even a real Canadian, people. He's faking it.
It's from one of the most famous Canadian TV shows ever.
Is it from? It's from Letterkenny.
There we go. He got it. Yes. That's why we do it. That's why we do it.
He's fake Canadian. He's faking it.
Fake really Canadian doesn't even like Letterkenny.
I think I know what they're doing, but I'm not sure, and I can't place it. And okay, it's Letterkenny.
Yeah, that's why we also do it with the inflection. That
To
be fair. So either way, so the thing is like work didn't. I don't know if we talked. I think I've mentioned this in our chat. So I didn't know I had an extra week of vacation. So nice. When I picked my vacations last year, I picked my 3 normal weeks, and then I didn't use my option week, or otherwise known as sick days. So that way I got paid. That's the only thing I saved last Christmas is I got paid out for all those days I didn't use. This year, I picked out all my stuff, and then this past week shows up, and I'm going to look at my paycheck. Because I thought we got paid out our vacations after or right the week before Christmas. Nope, turns out it was this past week, and I'm like, wait, why do I have 3 paychecks? And I looked, I was like, okay, so this is my regular paycheck, and then I looked and it said option week payout. I was like, okay, and then the next one said vacation payout. I was like, motherfucker, I had a whole other week of vacation, didn't even know it. So I was wondering why my boss told me I had 4 weeks. Because we have to pick our vacations in advance. So
that's crazy.
In November, we have to pick our vacations for the next year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Make sure you put down for October of next year.
Yeah. Well, I did, but unfortunately, it's the wrong week. But I have my option day, so I could take off for TF. Was it BotCon or TFCon?
TF.
Okay, so in theory, I could take off that weekend and get paid and come to TFCon.
Dude, I barely know what I'm doing next week.
I know that's why it's
the same
bullshit.
Way.
That is why it's bullshit. But the thing is there are some people who will take off like the whole beginning of the year because they've got enough time off and they have enough seniority to do that. So like they'll take off like right after Christmas. They'll take off all of January and half of February, and just get
Damn.
blow it all out at the beginning of the year. And then there's some guys who don't take any vacation, like me. Basically, I'll take my vacation, but only take the weekend off. Like just work through it so I get an extra paycheck.
Yeah.
But the fact that I got that big of a monetary boost now was great. The only part that sucks is that I couldn't
Taxes.
no. Well, yes, but no. What sucks is I couldn't do with that money what I wanted to this weekend because the wifey said no.
No Blitzway for you.
Well, I wasn't gonna buy a Blitzway, but roughly the same cost. I thought the GameStop was out of PS5s,
Oh.
and they were until yesterday.
Oh no.
Yeah, see, I told my wife she was talking about getting a PS5, and I told her no, we need a new couch. So I'm gonna fall on the sword and dodge Christmas and just get house stuff that we need.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which one of you said you wanted to buy a PS5 last week?
Me.
Was it you, Ricky?
No, it was me.
No,
It was probably both of us.
Well, yeah. So because I don't own a PlayStation, period, and I do want to play God of War,
Oh, right.
Ragnarok, and all that.
God of War, yeah. And the wife said no, eh?
She said no, but what she doesn't realize is with the money I was talking about is like, no, this is extra money. Like I've still got all of this money for Christmas and all of this other money because I already have stuff in savings. You know, it's like I've already got some money in savings.
I thought you were gonna go a different direction with that. Like I thought you were gonna be like, she says no, but what she doesn't realize is I'm the man and I'm in charge.
The thing is, well, and maybe it's different with you guys. I don't know, just because I know a lot of couples do things differently. Our money's totally separate. My money's my money. Her money's her money. We don't even have the same bank, let alone bank accounts.
Nope.
So
we just transfer money to each other.
Yeah, exactly. So if we have to transfer money, like I owe her no, do I? Yeah, I do have to. I owe her about $100 for my sleep study, but I'll just pay that out through groceries or something. So because we split grocery bill, and then we'll go back and forth on dinner and stuff like that. But the way our money works, she pays the rent, I pay for everything else. Like all other bills we have, I pay for, but she covers rent. You know, it's a fairly even split, except that our rent went up more this last go round. So you know, right now she pays a little bit more than I do, but when it comes to this, it's like, it is my money and I have the money. And I could also throw it on the credit card for points and then pay it off next month, you know, with the money that I still have. And what I told her is like, okay, I won't buy it today. But since I'm still working at this particular rate and this many hours, if there's a PS5, no, I told her flat out, if it's there Friday, I'm fucking buying it.
Don't do it. You know what? You know what's happening? She said no because she already bought one for you.
No, she didn't. She didn't know I wanted it.
You know that for sure?
I know that for sure. She wouldn't. She wouldn't spend the money. So I know she wouldn't spend the money. Like
I love them, but not PS5 enough.
How much is a PS5 now?
Depending like 400.
It's 4 to 5, depending on if it's a digital or not.
Disc or discless, yeah.
Yeah. And if you get a game with it or not. So it was 600 and change with the God of War. So after taxes, I think it was like 612, and then I had like $5 off for my GameStop, you know, whatever, pro rewards, whatever. So
I think I'm going to let that slide this year. I don't think I'm going to re-up on that. I used to read Game Informers religiously, but I think I haven't read the last 3. They're just stacked on my desk.
Oh, I don't do that at all. I don't get the magazines anymore. I just fucking take the $5 bonus when I use it, because I'll either use it on a figure or a game or a trade in or something. But you get extra points if you trade shit in, if you're part of the pro system. But either way, the whole thing is like, I've done it before. Like we talked about it, where I wanted the Unicron and I had the money, but I didn't buy it. I'm talking about Hasbro or HasLab. But I turned around and spent more money on
statues.
On the Flame Toys.
Oh, Flame Toys. That's
Flame
right,
Toys and Devi. So I spent about $1,000 on two or about $800 on two things, so $600 on one thing. But I think what pissed her off is that I told her that I have about $1,200 worth of pre-orders going to hit between December and January. And I told her, it's like, look, that's all going on the credit card, and I've already got payments set up for it. It's like, all of that is separate from paying the bills. It's like, all of that I have planned out and figured out. The thing that is outside of that plan is a new computer or a PlayStation. I have to get a new computer at some point, because this thing is just not going to last too much longer. I also have to do some repairs on my car. So I have to be responsible to some degree. But right now, I haven't...
Fuck all that shit. Get a PlayStation.
But I have an excess of money right now. Not even like a little excess. Like
Mhm.
my paycheck was already double my normal paycheck.
Could you buy a PlayStation and still have some of your excess money left over?
I could buy the PlayStation and have like $1,200 left over.
Yeah, so then do that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
That
saying.
$1,200 is what you set in the savings, and you can save
But
towards your car and your.
I already have what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, I already have other Christmas stuff I need to buy. So
Mhm.
that's where I went. It's like, look, I've already got all this shit coming to me ahead of time. If I just throw more money at myself right now, it is kind of dickish when I can still do more for others for Christmas right now.
Does your wife watch streaming shows and
Yes.
movies and whatnot?
Yes.
Then the PlayStation counts partially towards a house gift because she'll be using it to watch shit on. So
but
buy
we
the
but we have a smart TV that covers most of that.
Buy a PlayStation.
I mean, I'm going to buy the PlayStation.
And as soon as you do, turn off all that smart TV shit and put the apps on your PlayStation. It works better.
There are so many people listening to this podcast right now screaming into their phones and computers, just buy a PlayStation. Just,
Exactly.
And
And those people are all my
and-
friends.
and
And
the other-
anybody saying don't is stupid.
Well, because I still have the poor mentality sometimes. Like
Mhm.
when I have money, I don't want to spend it. But
Yeah.
when I'm barely making money, I can't stop spending it.
Yeah.
So I
It's
have
kinda like the
that's
broke
my
down
mindset.
car. It's like the broke down car thing. Like
Yes.
I don't go anywhere except for work and home, and very rarely other things. Baseball being the exception for my kids. But like me personally, I don't like to go to the store. I don't like to go out to restaurants. I'd rather just be home away from idiots. But as soon as my car breaks down, I
The
want to fucking go everywhere. Like I'm like, God damn it, I can't go to the goddamn store. Fucking blah, blah, blah.
Because
but as soon as it's running,
Yeah.
never go out.
Yeah. So it's
It's a
almost,
control thing.
It's like
I want the choice to
taking
stay
for
fucking
granted.
home.
It's taking it for granted in reverse.
Yeah, it's like I want the choice
It's
of
like-
staying home.
Yeah, it's like
I don't want you to tell me I have to stay home.
Yeah, except you're not isolated from idiots when you stay home because you talk to us.
That's true because I get on here with you guys and then
Yep,
fucking same old shit.
Why? Why? What did I do?
That was your Christmas gift, Russ.
I'm a
Rusty,
nice,
welcome to
pleasant
America.
Canadian, just being,
Well, now you're American by proxy, so.
fuck.
Mostly.
Mostly.
Now eventually you'll work your way up to Texan and it'll be even better. Not just American.
Then I just won't talk to you anymore. It's crazy.
Oh my heart would bleed, Ricky, if you didn't talk.
You
to
know,
me anymore. Oh,
you
no.
see, you know how I know that that's true because you're Canadian. You would actually be sad.
You think
Constantly apologizing. I'm sorry for what I
wait.
said when I was angry, Ricky. I'm sorry.
I'm expecting a direct email after this.
it's an abusive
Like, dude, I was only joking on the podcast, right?
This is an abusive fucking
Here's the dick pic.
relationship.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, so Kara just won for the day.
What?
She just got home from work and walked out a back porch and handed me a bag of Swedish fish. I love your fucking face.
Swedish.
If I wasn't married to you, I'd marry you again.
Hi, Kara.
That's the little red gummy bear candy.
Yeah, the red gummy fish. They're
Yeah.
balls.
But the thing is, would she walk out with a PS5?
I'm still thinking she's gonna try to be sneaky and buy it, even though I told her not to, and I'm gonna be mad.
She can buy me one,
No,
and I'll send you a Halo gun.
nah, you can fuck your Halo gun.
Anybody who has the money to buy Shoki a PS5, please send a donation to
Nope.
His OnlyFans.
we
Send it
can't.
to his OnlyFans. Send it to
No,
his
just-
OnlyFans.
Now You've Made It Awkward Mail at gmail.com. Thank you.
God, you got him to say the email more often than you've got me to say the email. I've been on this motherfucker since the beginning.
You said it.
I want to come back.
You don't have to scream into
But
the
that's
mic
not a requirement. Again, I've been here since like episode 3, and I've said it once, maybe.
twice. You said it officially twice.
Shoki just doesn't know how to get rid of you politely. That's all.
I'm like an STD.
No,
baby.
I almost got
You
rid of
think
him.
I'm gone. I'm back, baby.
Ricky doesn't know how close he was to the cutting room floor one day.
Nah, you have no idea how close you were to the cutting room floor one day.
Oh yeah. Could cut me out of my own show.
No.
No. But either way, guys. I did want to say, like, I haven't been watching that much. Not a whole lot going on right now as it is. At least mute your Swedish fish. Jesus.
Fuck
Ricky,
you.
for the love of Christ, would you mute yourself when you're in the bag, please?
There we go. I muted him.
This episode is brought to you by Swedish Fish.
Not anymore. It's not. Oh no, I'm censoring Ricky. Whatever will we do?
Oh no, what else is new?
Yeah, right. Same old shit.
Yeah. Either way. So the only thing that I watched of note was what was it called? I had it written down. Give me a second. Raising Kratos, the making of God of War 2018. So they did a whole documentary behind the scenes and stuff like that with Cory Barlog and the whole studio over there at Sony Santa Monica. It was apparently really hectic behind the scenes to make a video game. Who knew?
Yeah.
So, and that's available on YouTube, so you can just go watch that. Obviously, I've been watching lots of God of War content because I really fucking want to play that game, which is the whole reason I want that fucking PlayStation.
Just go get the PlayStation.
Also,
I just want it for God of War and Gotham Knights at this point.
I want it for the God of War, and there's a couple other games I'd probably play that, you know,
I'll definitely play other games on it, but those are my two driving ones.
I want just those open world kind of beat 'em ups, realistically, where I don't think Xbox has as many high level games of that nature. So
Didn't Assassin's Creed switch over to being on both platforms now?
I don't think so.
I thought it went both platforms, like with the Origins.
I don't know enough about it to actually answer that effectively. I'm just going to say no for now.
Hey, did we ever see any effective fallout from that whole thing where Microsoft bought Activision? Was that what happened?
There was fallout, yes, but not to the degree that
that everybody was freaking out, right? They were like,
everybody freaks out about everything.
If there was, it wasn't as big as like the whole Bungie 343 Microsoft situation with Halo. That was a significantly bigger situation than I think the Activision thing did. I think there was more immediate problems more than what people expected down the line. But I don't think I follow it enough.
No, I don't, like, because like it was like everybody freaked out and then it just went away, right? It just became okay. Well, this is the way that getting Activision.
Well, then the Illuminati released the coronavirus on the world, and everybody became more important with that. They didn't worry about the Activision thing.
Yeah. So what was the driving game you said you're playing, Ricky?
The what?
Did you say driving games?
I don't do driving games. I mean, I play a couple of them with my kids. I
think he said something, but no, that didn't come out.
What's the one? It's the one where you use cars to play soccer.
Oh, Rocket League?
Yeah, I play that with my kids.
Yeah,
that's not a driving game.
Yeah, that's not a driving game. Where the fuck is FedEx?
I'm very disappointed in your definition of a driving game.
No, if people can say that Die Hard is a Christmas movie because it happens at Christmas time, I can say Rocket League is a driving game because I'm driving a car.
First of all, Grand Theft Auto is a driving game.
No, it's not, because you're just jump in a car and drive over. He's talking about like Forza and shit like that.
I will let that go. I will let that go.
No, you can't let Grand Theft Auto go when you're only driving a car to drive across town, slap some pimp in the face or something.
Because there's
Rocket League, you're literally driving cars
but
the whole time.
But you can race. You can do all kinds of other automotive things within.
You can do that in Rocket League, Jack. There's other stuff in there besides just soccer.
You can't drive around in Rocket League. You're in a confined space.
Yeah, but you mean like NASCAR? So I guess NASCAR is not driving either.
So did they call it a pitch in Rocket League? Like in soccer?
I have no idea. Maybe.
Who the fuck knows? I don't call soccer a pitch. I call it a soccer field. Because I'm an American.
I don't know. I just thought about
football
that.
Either.
You also call it soccer. So, but let's not get into that.
No, we don't need to get into that.
We call it the proper name, not that fucking football bullshit.
England lost to France. Apparently, this is a horrible thing.
But
since World War II is that conversation I remember.
Well, I was gonna say one of the more fun driving games I used to play a lot was Burnout.
Mine was Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2. I used to play the fuck out of them games.
Yeah, 1 and 2 were good. It got bad after that.
What was those?
Most Wanted lost its damn mind.
It did.
Forza 7.
I don't do all those. If you're a gearhead, those games are amazing.
Yeah,
because you can really get out and actually work on your car and do crazy shit to your car. But I'm not that much of a gearhead.
The only thing I'm missing from my setup is the actual rig, right? That
the yoke and pedals.
No, I have the pedals, I have the steering wheel, I have the seat. I don't have the rig that moves.
Right? Like the haptics thing.
You know what I mean? Like it actually, like when you're braking, it actually throws you forward, right? And when you accelerate, it throws you backwards, left, right, the whole.
I mean,
a buddy of mine has one of those. His babies. The thing is absolutely fucking
it's a little excessive for an at home.
Oh. I mean, because then you have like an arcade system in your house. I would do that if I mean,
that's taking peripherals to a whole new level, though.
It does, but a lot of the guys that I know, right, like, so we're into motorsports, and they cannot survive Canadian winters without having some type of
Sports
motorsport
cars thing, yeah.
experience, right? So I know a couple of guys that have these rigs, and that's what they do is they play Forza and NASCAR and that in these rigs,
Yeah.
and they like they go into the live.
I mean, do they just not motocross?
Twitching and shit.
Yeah, what's that, Shoki?
They could just do winter motocross.
Well, this is the thing. So one of the clubs that I'm with actually runs rallycross in the winter at a local track that's
what I
like
meant,
an
rallycross,
hour
sorry.
away from my house.
It's got to be an indoor track, right?
No, it's outdoor.
No, it's
And
outdoor.
we have like a plow that we actually use. So we actually go out in the fall and we'll trim back all the bushes and trees and stuff. And then in the winter, after we get probably about 4 to 6 inches of snow. Then we go out with the plow and we actually plow the track. And then it's rallycross like you see on TV, right? The guys are out there all-wheel drive, sliding around.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Timed event, right? Like who can drive this the fastest, right?
If the Finnish can do it, everyone else can.
Yeah.
Those fuckers learn how to drive in the snow when they're 6.
It's because they don't have a choice. It snows year round.
As opposed to Canada.
Yeah,
Canada doesn't snow year round.
We live in igloos. Remember?
Well, it's either snowy or sloshy at all given times in Canada. I don't think it's ever dry.
We have spring, summer, fall, and construction. Those are our seasons. Those are the official seasons of Canada.
That sounds like I-45.
We just have
in
hot
Texas.
and less. We have hot and slightly less hot in Florida.
Yeah, I hate you, by the way.
I'll trade you. I like snow.
Really?
There you go. You can have Florida.
Love it.
You can have the Florida humidity.
No, man. Every day there's a story about Florida man did something stupid. I don't know.
Oh my God. Let's have
That's
this
racist.
conversation now. I'm so fucking tired of that shit because 99.9% of it is be somebody from somewhere else doing stupid shit.
Well,
not even
and they do admit that or at least the stuff that we hear in Canada, right, is that the media controls around information that's released in Florida is a lot less strict. So like those stories just fly up out of
the Florida man stuff is
that sounds
just
like a
term
conspiracy
now at this point. It's just a term of
that's the joke, right? Is that we know it's not a single guy doing the same stupid thing over.
No, but I'm saying it's not even a Florida person doing it.
Oh,
it's
right.
that there was one guy who did some really stupid shit, and he was called Florida man, and then it just became a term for an idiot doing idiot stuff.
Boys,
like all of Jackass are Florida man. They're all Florida mans, every one of them.
I have news.
What?
Yeah.
My Ghostbusters Plasma Series Spengler's Proton Pack is shipping soon.
Oh, I don't care.
Is it like a full size?
My first, that's the HasLab. That's the HasLab Proton Pack. It's the only HasLab.
Get the wand?
Yeah, I have that on pre-order from BBTS. Although it's the 2.0 that they did the orange tip on, so I'm gonna have to get it and paint it to get rid of the fucking orange tip. It's not a real gun. Why did they put the orange tip on it?
Or you can just heat it up and pop it off because it's probably just glued into place.
It's not. They actually changed the color of the part. Yeah, they did that on purpose.
I was just about to make a comment about where would you put something that size, but I'm one of the people that's ready to drop $1,000 US whatever dollars it is to buy Fort Max when Fans Toys releases it, which is going to be the size of a toddler. And I don't care.
Yeah, there's
if it ever happens.
Because
look at it this way. Still kind of that's crazy.
Well, look at it this way. I can hang the proton pack on the inside of a closet door, and it'll be fine. I will do. I actually probably will do
it on the wall. Yeah.
Well, because we didn't. The Fort Max thing that's. It will happen.
I don't even know if that's gonna fly. I don't think so because here's the thing. The running theory always was that Fans Toys stayed away from Megatron and Optimus because those are the two that they know when they pop them out, that's when Hasbro's going to start fucking looking at them. But they've officially released an Optimus now in their Ultra Magnus. It's a full-on Optimus mold. All they have to do is paint that motherfucker blue and red, and it's Optimus. They'll get their fucking Ultra Magnus.
Yeah, I don't
remember
know
they did that. They did the armor kit for their Ultra Magnus, not the all-in-one thing.
Yeah, they're gonna do like the wraparound armor thing.
Yeah, it's an armor thing on theirs. It's not the all-in-one transformation. So it's a white Optimus with armor kit.
Yeah, we talked about that on the Zoom call 2 months ago when it first dropped. When the images first dropped, Robert D.
The fact that they have that mold available means they're pushing towards their end goal. I don't care what anybody thinks about Fans Toys. It's a great company, and I've owned everything they've ever made. But
they
that's
said they
an
were
end
going to
goal.
do every character. So I mean, at some point they'd have
At
to
some
rip
point,
off Optimus.
I mean, how many more? Well, I mean, by the time a Fans Toys Prime actually comes out, how many will Magic Square have released? They'll be on their 4.0 by then.
That's apples and oranges, dude.
No, it's
Man,
not. It's
I
a
tell you,
third party.
you know what?
It's a third party company making an Optimus Prime. They've already done two. In
Oh, you're
two
talking about them.
different
I keep forgetting that Magic Square does the Masterpiece too.
Yeah,
I forget
yeah.
about that.
they've
Well,
done
they just released it right, like not too long ago.
Yeah.
And I mean, like
They've
Yeah,
I
the
don't
Light of
have
Freedom
one,
or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't have one in hand, but every video review I've seen so far, everybody's like, "This is the like," this is the Optimus Prime, Masterpiece Optimus Prime. And the ridiculous thing about it, right, is when you
Not
look
a
at
drop
it,
of paint on it.
Yeah,
I know, and you look at it compared to MP44, right? And all you got to do is you don't even have to compare them side by side. All you got to do is look at the price and go, how the fuck did Make Toys pull off a really good Optimus Prime for under 150 US dollars? How did they do that?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you got Takara over there going, it's $500 for us because of all the
it's Takara.
Right?
It's not even that many accessories because MP10 came with a trailer and it wasn't $400 fucking dollars.
no,
Yeah,
The only real difference is the booster
right?
pack,
Like,
the gun effects, and the head swap for Starscream.
the electronics, all the extra bullshit. But the thing is,
And
for
we've
me,
had that conversation. Electronics are cheap.
but
it doesn't
people
matter. We have a third party company that has proven we can create masterpiece scale figures of high quality for under $200.
But
easily.
But I have a feeling that what Takara told me that there was probably another mold that they had to trash, and that's how 44 came so expensive. Like, it's just like, look, we had to pay for shit that you never got to see. And well, it's
we
like,
all
okay,
need
Dinobot.
to. All of
So,
us as
hold on.
collectors need to stop saying that it has electronics in it. That's why it's more expensive. Electronics are cheap as fuck, and they're cheap as fuck to install, and they're cheap as fuck to keep going. They are not the reason something goes up in fucking price.
We as collectors have got to stop buying stuff that's overly priced.
But that doesn't mean buy the KO.
No.
Because
I'm only okay with KOs if you own the original two and you're just trying to do a side, like one in alt mode, one in bot mode.
So to me, it's like buying the KOs is half the reason the price goes up. It's like,
nah,
it is like because they put
out a KO of that MP44 like a week after MP44 came out. So that did not affect MP44's price because it was already made and on the way out, and they'd already told us the price of it and everything before the KO was made. So that's not true.
And you think Hasbro didn't know about that?
Yeah, so Hasbro's like, we're gonna make 5,000 more of this one thing at $500 because people are gonna want that one instead for $100.
They had to sell how many they could. How many people do you know that's killed their pre-orders once they saw the KO?
Not many. People that buy like that, like the collectors that I hang out with, not a lot, because they want the trailer because it's part of Optimus Prime.
Now, for me, I don't need any accessories. It's like, give me the trailer, give me Prime, give me his gun. Don't even give me the fucking Energon axe. I don't want that shit. I want Prime, I want his gun, I want the trailer, and I'm still torn on whether I want the trailer. Because half the time the trailer ain't doing shit but taking up space on a shelf, if at all. If he's in vehicle mode, which almost no one does unless they have a separate one in bot mode too, in which case you want the singular one. So for me, I had the MP10 Black Convoy version, which had no trailer, and then I had the Shattered Glass version that did have a trailer. So those are the only MP10s I ever had, the only MP Primes I ever had. So like
I have the MP10 and both of those. I still have them.
So like I was satisfied because I didn't need any more. But then we come down to the Legend scale guys, right? So with all the original DX9 ones, I have all but the white version. So they made a white version that wasn't Ultra Magnus, but it's just a white Prime. All of them came with a trailer. Every single one of them came with another trailer with all the same fucking accessories. So now I got 4 fucking trailers I have to deal with. And then,
but those people, people
no,
get mad about having those. I use those to stand things on. So I use them as like freaking what do you call them? Like the plastic things to pick things up off the shelf. Risers. I use them like risers. Yeah. No, don't laugh at me. You couldn't remember the word either.
No, I was looking at you.
For risers?
He's using the trailers.
Like if I have them in bot mode and stuff, I'll have other stuff standing on top of the trailer.
I did that too, except I actually hid 2 of my trailers. Like I stuck them behind the New Age space bridge that came with
Yeah,
the
the space
Seekers.
bridge for
So
the
my
Seekers,
trailers are
yeah.
actually stored behind the space bridge.
Mhm.
So in the subspace pocket. But the thing is, with New Age, their original Prime came with the trailer. Like one of the other versions came with the trailer. I don't remember which one. And then the other ones seem to just be Prime by himself.
Yep.
Like the Black
The repaints are
Convoy,
just Prime.
the
Yeah.
repaints are all
Yeah.
just Prime.
Yeah.
And
I think that Toxic Waste one came with
it comes
one.
with, that one comes with a trailer
Yeah.
too. But almost
Yeah.
every other version, I think maybe the Translucent, I could be wrong, but like
Yeah.
almost every version except for the first 2
Yeah.
had
Like the
were,
metallic one didn't.
yeah.
The comic one didn't.
Yeah.
Their Shattered Glass one, I don't think did.
It didn't. Yeah, so they got smart in this case. Like, so you don't have a fuckload of trailers laying around when most of these are going to be displayed in Prime mode, not in truck mode. So
Not in truck one, yeah.
that's the way I look at it. I was like, I don't want a ton of accessories. Like the Seekers came with so many fucking accessories. You know, different types of guns. You swap out the missiles for the null rays. You got the stand itself, and the stand
But they're
itself
all
has
the same
claws.
accessories.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I'm saying like with the stand slash Space Bridge, it comes with the upright stand that you can just plug in, and it also has a claw, and it also has one other mounting thing. So you have to store all that shit somehow. You've got,
But the Space Bridge, that stores on the back of the Space Bridge.
I know, that's what I was saying. That can store itself, but you still have all those parts that have to go into storage. But then every Seeker, almost every Seeker, I should say, comes with a Megatron in gun mode. There's a couple that don't, but most of them do. They all come with hands. Some of them come with alternate heads. Occasionally,
MP
many
Megatrons,
fucking parts.
MP Megatrons in gun mode at my peak. I think I had like 5 of them.
That's insane.
Yeah, because it comes with Soundwave
much.
had one, and I have all 3 variants of Soundwave, so I have all 3 of his. One of the Seekers came with them.
Yep.
And then did Megatron come with one of him in gun mode too? Somebody else came with it too. So I had a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And the only ones I still have that I'm going to end up keeping are the ones that went with my Soundwaves. Because I have like the gold and clear one that came with the clear Soundwave and all that shit.
It's just crazy because like for me, even when it comes to action figures, so I just got these NECA turtles, right? And I have most of these accessories one way or another with my other sets of turtles. I actually have a whole other set of turtle heads poking out.
Me too.
Yeah. So like, because I got the accessories kit that swapped out the heads, I was like, it's like, goddamn. It's like, and then I've got claws, hands, weapons. That's why I got the Foot Clan weapons racks, because I had to have some fucking storage for all those weapons. That's why I custom built one before I actually got them myself. Even the Universal Monster stuff, there's so many fucking accessories there. That's one reason I love that Leonardo is a hunchback, because you can store so much shit inside a shell. So, but then Mikey comes with accessories you either can't store or you have to use. Store on himself, I should say. It's just like, that's one reason why I decided to go with statues for certain things, because I said fuck accessories, because I've got to find something to do with even my Power Ranger stuff. I've just got endless accessories for all my stupid Power Rangers.
So if you watch my channel, you'll know that in the last few videos I've done, I will officially go off on a rant, and I will trademark this term if at all possible. But I've come up with the term unnecessaries, and I talk all the time about if you're going to give me accessories, that's great. And I talk all the time about options are good, right? And we can do different things with our figures and all this stuff. If you cannot give me a way to store those accessories away when they are not in use, you have given me way too many accessories.
Yeah.
Right. And it's and hashtag unnecessaries is becoming a thing in my reviews.
I'm stealing that now.
See, my thing is not the amount of accessories that they give you that you can't store with the thing. It's more the repetitive nature of accessories that they give it to, like we were talking about the Megatron gun, the same thing coming with 6 different people, like that kind of stuff. Like when I finally get my Super 7 Snarf, I will officially have 4 or 5 of the Sword of Omen in dagger mode.
Exactly. Why did
Like, I
they
don't
all
fucking need that.
Well,
Why does
so here's another one. Accessories that don't work is the other thing that completely drives me absolutely insane. If you look at the latest MP Starscream, right? It came with a Megatron gun with a tab on the body of the Megatron gun that would allow you to tab it into the bottom of Starscream for that one scene where Megatron transformed into a gun and attached himself to the underside of Starscream when he was in jet mode and they were flying around shooting stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But you cannot put the Megatron mode gun on the body of Starscream in his alt mode and put him on the ground because his landing gear doesn't reach the ground. The Megatron gun lifts him off the ground. Nor can you put Starscream in jet mode on its stand with the Megatron gun in gun mode, like that accessory. So it doesn't work with the stand. It doesn't work
So
sitting
it
on the
only
ground.
works if you're
What?
holding it?
Yeah, but what the fuck did you give me this accessory that lets me attach it to the bottom of an alt mode that never works?
Because
Right?
they didn't give you the fishing line to hang the Starscream with.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right.
That's what it is.
Or the other one is MPRC came with a gun and a holster. The holster can only go on her.
Oh God, yeah.
On her right leg, right? But there's a slot on both legs to put the holster on either side.
Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
if you put it on the other side, then it's like she's reaching across and it's backwards.
Well, that's a cross draw.
No, it's
but the handle's backwards.
You can't.
The handle's facing the wrong way. So even if it was a cross draw, the handle's facing the wrong way.
Yeah, you can't put it in there the same way.
Right.
No,
That's crazy.
I just thought about it too. Okay, so the New Age RC has no weapon storage. Comes with 3 guns.
Yes, it does.
Well, you can tab it into a couple spots, but
you tab it onto the backpack.
Yeah, but only 2 of them, if they actually plug in.
And she holds one.
Yeah, but she doesn't do that in general. But there's no storage in car mode. Some of them have storage for the weapons in vehicle mode. She doesn't. There's nowhere unless you like cram it somewhere. The sun.
I think you could put the guns on top of the car, like
where?
as like she's driving around like a armored thing.
No, because there's nowhere to put.
It's been a while since I transformed.
Well,
it.
which one, MP or the?
No, the New Age.
He's talking about the New Age one.
The New Age, the Legends. Because I just did this, and I think in the video I showed that you can kind of tab the things onto the side pegs on the backpack, but even then it's kind of stupid. It's just like where other ones have like blatant spots, but this one has tabs and or slots on all of the weapons themselves, as though they're meant to tab somewhere, but there's not really somewhere for them to tab.
RC or Nightbird having the tabs for the size on their side of their fucking forearms.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like they plan for certain accessories, but like I remember a couple of my Black Series figures, I believe you couldn't even put the gun they came with in the holster that was on their leg. Like actually broke one of the holsters trying to push the gun that it came with into its own holster. And it's like, that is ridiculous. It's like,
well, Gort was showing us he got Dusty in his classifieds Dusty, and it has a knife sheath on his leg for his hunting knife. And when you put it in, it bends the knife outwards, like it pushes it away from the body. Like it looks so weird.
Makes sense.
So again, right? If you're gonna give us accessories, they have to work. Right? I don't mind the accessories, but they have to work. And for the love of Christ, could you just give us a place to store them away? Because and Perceptor for XTB and Fanboys are the 2 most egregious. What the fuck am I supposed to do with all of these faces and heads and God knows and the micro?
That part doesn't bother me because I'd rather have them than not have them, because I have a system that I use. I use those Planko fishing boxes. Like,
I'm telling you, there's $1 million idea out there for displaying your masterpiece scale accessories. I'm telling you.
Just make like a cork board with all of them stuck to them.
Honestly.
So where do you put the X Transpot Springer was the one that came with the big translucent helicopter blade like circle? But
you're asking me where I would put it at?
You had to put that shit together. Like
you don't have, but that's what I'm saying. You leave it apart. And this Planko fishing box that I use has a whole compartment in top. You open the lid, and that's where I used to keep Starscream's coronation cape. It fits in there and stuff. Like, so there's places for everything on this thing. I'll have to show it to you. It was like $25 at Walmart, and it is the best thing I've ever spent money on.
I get that, but it's like sometimes too many options is bad. Like,
but then you're going to drive. Well, now you're giving me this figure for $200, and all it comes with is a gun.
then
They're not
Yeah,
going to
but
lower
hold
their
on,
prices.
maybe-
But they're not going to lower their
maybe-
prices. That's you're
But-
living in la la
hold
land
on.
when you think they're going to lower their prices.
No.
They've already
maybe
found out we'll spend that much.
MP44 maybe MP44 wouldn't have been $500 if we didn't have
all
dozen
of the
accessories.
bullshit in it. Yeah.
But it
So-
had it, but it falls within your criteria of having place to stash it all in that thing underneath the trailer.
Okay. But how about this? Why don't I have an option for an MP44 that's just prime, no trailer, no bullshit accessories? Why was that not? See, this is my biggest issue is you get a option. You get to buy the entire set of every fucking thing. It's like, okay, well, I have a Seeker.
Why would they dilute their own water? Why would they do that?
Because
they're
not
going
every-
to
because
dilute their own fan base. Because then how do they know how many to make of each one? So the only way to do that is if they do build to order.
yeah, that's
Because
what
if
I'm
not,
getting
they're
at.
gonna have a bunch of fucking factories full of MP10s with trailers that nobody wanted, or a bunch of them filled with MP10s with no trailers that nobody wanted. So they can't
Exactly.
do that.
But then why don't you just sell the option? Because all you have to do is make one separate box. You have the full
Ask
MP44.
XTV how that worked out for them with their trailers
No,
for
hold on,
Minnesota.
hold on.
No.
Let's
I'm not saying a
forget-
trailer only. I'm
But
saying
let's yeah,
prime
so
and
let's not
trailer
forget-
or just prime.
Let's
That's
not
what I'm saying is
forget
they'd be
MP
diluting their own brand. They wouldn't know how many to make. How do you know? Do I make more of the one with trailer or more of the one without trailer?
Hold on. Let's not forget MP1 had no trailer.
Yeah,
Right.
MP1 had no trailer. It wasn't until MP10.
Well, it does
MP10.
now. Fans Toys made it.
Yeah.
Right, but that could, as Shoki pointed out, it could have opened the opportunity for Takara Tomy to create a trailer afterwards.
Yeah, and they
But that was
didn't.
also an MP01, the very first of the Masterpiece line. None of this other stuff existed. None of these millions of other
So-
options existed. So
So-
why would they?
Why do
they
they
wouldn't have done that.
why would they do repaints that don't come with a trailer?
Because those repaints didn't come with trailers in the show.
But they
Which
can.
which Nemesis Prime did you ever see with a trailer attached to it?
Never,
Well,
because
there
there
should-
was
I've
no
never
Nemesis
seen one.
Prime.
Don't you think? Shouldn't there have been a Nemesis Prime with a trailer?
There should have been. New or DX9 did it. So, but my point is like if you're gonna do something, give me an option to have no accessories versus like every accessory, because
The only way for that to
because
work
you're-
is pre-order builds.
exactly. But I mean, the thing
gotta-
is,
Sell to order.
no,
They
but-
just have to do a happy medium.
they yeah,
Right? That's the only way to do it realistically. It's just got to be a happy medium, right? There's no need for all
See-
these accessories.
see-
And there are people screaming into the podcast right now, and they're like, "I want my accessories." That's
I'd-
great. That's great.
actually, there's people
I-
screaming, "Why are you talking about this?"
Unnecessaries.
Yes. So, but
Nice,
I don't even say necessary or happy medium. I say happy minimum, because like
Yeah.
they're like,
But
literally-
most people in the world that are normal want more bang for their buck. They don't
No,
want less.
no, they
bang
don't.
for the buck.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
I
okay.
guarantee you. No, there are, because you can't display everything you're given. So there's ways to do this. Okay, you can either sell me, we'll say Starscream, sell me an MP Starscream that only comes with his initial weapons and no new faces, no nothing. He comes with a Megatron gun, maybe some flame effects. That's it. No other bullshit. No missiles, no 15 different ways, no cape, no coronation, none of this other nonsense.
Well, they
Just-
didn't say the coordination with this last one.
No, I'm just saying, because I'm listing out most of the shit that Starscreams come with.
Mhm.
It's just Starscream with his null rays and one Megatron gun. Nothing else.
But some people want the missiles because they put it in alt
But-
mode.
but
and in
here's-
the alt
but
mode, he
here's-
doesn't have the
but-
null rays.
Okay, but here's my offer. The next one can be sold either accessories only for an expansion set, or say you're selling a Thundercracker later. That one you offer the extra shit if they want it, because not everybody buys every Seeker. Some people.
But then
are just
everybody's going to
Starscream
go,
fans.
well, now if I want a complete Starscream, I got to buy this Thundercracker too, and rah, 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 and the internet will be on fire. Everybody's going to bitch about it.
Exactly.
It's
You
never
never-
going to stop.
you
So
know,
they might as well just do whatever the fuck they
then
want to
do
do.
an accessory set later for all of it. Because
I mean, how
But
many?
now I
how
got to buy
many-
something separate just so I can have that one fucking thing that I'm about. See,
Yes.
people are not going to be happy. Are you new to collecting? Are you not in collectors groups?
there's a reason
How
I don't
many- how
collect
many
all this
companies
shit.
are out there? How many
you know why?
companies are out there surviving on just upgrade kits?
Yeah,
Right? Like what's like? There's nothing wrong with upgrade kits.
Dr.
Right.
Wu, mostly.
Now he does his own thing with the little mini bots.
Yeah, And even those are technically
like,
accessories.
so the Starscream coronation set is a perfect example. Why not sell Starscream with just enough accessories and then have an upgrade kit afterwards that's like,
Well, they did do that. MPO6 had no
well,
coronation set.
I know,
MP11 did.
and to me there was nothing wrong with that, right? I was like, hey, you want the coronation set? Here it is.
Okay, yeah.
Right? And now you have the choice, right?
But then you got the people going, but they're two different colors. So now I got to have this one, I got that one, and that one, I got that one. People are never going to be happy. Y'all are never going to get this figured out. You might as well mark it up to lost.
Well, this is this. So why not do, because they always do re-releases and repaints, right? So they almost always do, especially on these characters that we're talking about. There are always repaints because that's how you get your other characters that are just in different colors.
Or remolds in
Or
general.
slight remolds. So say I just want a fucking use a Starscream again. I want a bare bones fucking Starscream. No extra.
And by the way, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I know you are.
Disagree with y'all.
Yeah. So a bare bones Starscream. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't come with anything extra. Just Starscream in a fucking box. Maybe the missiles.
$200.
Maybe the missiles. Now, who was it? Somebody had it to where the missiles and null rays could transform from one to the other.
That's the new
Is it the MP? Yes. Yeah, okay. So I'm okay with that
and
option.
So does, I think
one of them is
the deformation space.
Yeah.
It's like a clip over part or it transforms or something.
And I'm fine with that as an option because it doesn't require wholly removal of one or the other. You can,
but it raises the price because now it has more moving pieces.
Okay. But it gives you the bare minimum to complete a Starscream, right?
Mm-hmm.
You already know somewhere down the line we're getting more of this mold in either repaint form or re-release or something. Then the re-release give all of the fucking possible accessories later, so that one way or the other, either give us all the accessories and give us a bare bones later, or give us a bare bones first and a full-on accessories later. Because,
and then you're still gonna get people to bitch saying I have to buy two things to get the one thing that I wanted.
But that's what I'm saying. Not an accessory set. You buy a fucking Starscream that's fully loaded.
But even,
but that way there person's got to sit there and wait. But then that person has to wait while I'm showing you my brand new deformation space Starscream. You're sitting over there going, "Well, I wanted the one that came with everything, and now I have to wait 2 years to get mine. That's fucked up. I'm gonna go buy from a different company." And now deformation space starts losing sales. That's why that would never work.
So I will point out that Deformation Space did actually release an upgrade kit for their Seekers after the
the wing fillers.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they fucked that up to begin with.
I have all three of them.
Yeah, that's good. Well, that's a fuck up versus packing in extra shit. But
it was a fuck up on Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp.
They came with the pieces later. Yeah,
you had to buy the Starscream one for $10.
See, like New Age and DX9. Oh, New Age specifically is king of this. Where like they front load every possible accessory except for just that one, which is why you never got a Starscream with the coronation set. You had
to buy the stupid ghost Starscream.
You had to buy the ghost Starscream to get the coronation set. But if you bought the recolor of Starscream, you can get a recolored coronation set. So
it's not the coronation set you want, but it is a coronation.
But it's not even the same character. That's the fucked up part. It's like, so that's one reason why I bitch about it is like, okay, so if I wanted the coronation set, why couldn't I just buy the coronation set? Or why don't you sell an actual Starscream with that? Or because
they're
I don't want
trying to make money and they want to force you to buy all their shit.
Or because I don't want all of this shit. I just want another fucking dude who turns into a plane. I don't need another action base. I don't need another fucking Megatron. I don't need all this other shit.
Every company does this, though.
I know, and this is why I'm saying
here's looking at McFarlane. Here's looking at McFarlane, who will sell you a Batman, and then right next to it will be the same exact Batman with an unmasked head in it.
No, it'll be that exact same Batman, but in black and white.
No. I'm not. Those are for people who want black and whites. No, I'm talking about literally like he did it with the Batman Beyond, the female one. They put it out, and then it didn't come with anything but the stand and like a batarang, I think. And then like a month later, he put out the same exact figure, except for this time it was the person's head instead of the bat cowl on it.
Yeah,
and everything else is exactly the same. So you literally had to pay $50 to be able to have a Batwoman with a swap out head.
Didn't they do? What did they do
that with all
Hush?
their Batmans?
They did something with Hush.
Mm-hmm.
One of them did the one body of Hush come with both heads, or did you have to buy a separate one?
Some bullshit. I don't remember.
I forget which way it was.
But every company does this.
I know, and it's annoying every time.
It is. So the only thing I think that we can agree on is that we'll never all agree on how many accessories is the right amount of accessories.
1000%. Because you want less accessories, you want no accessories. I want all the accessories because fuck you. You're taking all my money. I want all your plastic.
So
I
you know what I
want,
mean?
I want enough accessories that I can display or store away. Which, by the way, the last review of my last masterpiece figure, the Agent Meister from Transforming World, has just enough accessories because I can literally display all of them in robot mode.
Mhm.
See,
but then when you put them in Porsche mode, where do you put the grapple?
Exactly.
Well,
Where's
see,
my?
you see what I mean?
By the way,
it should tuck away.
Just pointing this out. I believe that there's weapon storage for the rifle, but I couldn't figure it out. So anybody that wants to go and leave a comment on my video for that, please go there now.
Yeah.
But it's driving me bananas.
pushing-
That's one of the things. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I don't understand why this gun folds up, and I don't know where it goes. So if somebody could tell me where it goes,
yeah,
I'd be very happy.
I hate
There'd
that.
probably be some stupid little push down
It
panel that you
probably
don't realize
goes
is
up
spring
Rikki's
loaded.
ass, but I don't know.
So here's,
I mean, there's plenty of room.
yeah. So I'm gonna say one more thing on this particular subject, and we're gonna move on because we've been on this for a minute. Hasbro, especially the Power Rangers line, is very, very bad about planning out accessory usage. Because, for instance, we got a you're fine. We got a 2-pack of Red Rangers, the Lost Galaxy Red versus the Psycho Red. That is the only way you can get that Red Ranger's Quasar Saber. That's his sword. The only way you can get that. No, because the single release of the Red Ranger does not come with it. Although every other Ranger that's now coming out in that same line comes with their fucking Quasar Saber. So, and then with the Zeo Blue, which was Rocky, he didn't come with his actual weapons. But
Rocky's the hey yo Adrian.
No,
that's Rocky.
No, here's the bad part. You had to buy their fucking troop build cog to get Rocky's weapons. But here's every single cog now comes with Rocky's weapons. So that's why it's even stupider. It wasn't like a one-time
So if you army
thing.
build the cogs, you have like 50 versions of the same weapon?
Yeah, that they don't use, that are made for the fucking Blue Ranger. Yeah. Not only that, the cog comes with an extended and a compact form of their staff. So now you have 2 staffs that you don't really use.
So people, like, I want to say one last thing on it, because Gordon and I had this conversation one night. We were talking about it. Is NECA, and this is me saying how I want all of it, because I'm giving you all my monies. I want all the plastic you can give me.
Yeah.
The NECA Toon Turtle stuff. I love how much random shit they fucking come with. Do I have to put it in a storage bin? Yes. Will any of it ever see the light of day on my shelf? Maybe, if I'm just dusting and moving shit around and want to put something else out. Maybe. But the point is, they don't just give you stupid shit like you're talking about, like Rocky's sword that comes with the cog and all that. And so you end up with 60 of them. These are individual, like, not exactly tied to the character, but you don't get repeats with other characters. Like a lot of it is they do like from the cartoon, like Donatello's like machines and gadgets and gadgets that he made. Like your guy will come with one of those. Like I have so many things in there from NECA Cartoon Turtles that I'm like, what the fuck is this from? I don't remember this in the show, but I guarantee you somebody out there knows exactly what it is. And it came exactly, it was in that one scene in the show. So it's a legit thing, and Donnie made it. But I like the fact that I'm giving them my money and they're giving me something to fucking show for it. I can now, sit there and show you that.
I'm on board for that.
Look at I'm about that shit.
Yeah.
Because one, I'll find a way to display it. Like when I get my turtle shit all displayed out correctly, I'll have them on shelves and shit like that with everything out as much as possible. I'm not gonna have like multiple heads laying around and shit like that, but as much as possible, I'll get out. But I like it because it's random and it's very unique, not necessarily to the character, just by the fact that you won't have 10 copies.
And yeah, you're not repeating it. And so that's where my issue with NECA with the movie turtle stuff, especially I mentioned earlier, the Foot Clan. I have more weapons for Foot Clan members than they can actually hold.
Because that's what the weapons rack is for.
Yeah, you're meant to literally display them. There's you can't give them to, like, okay, so, because most people haven't seen this. So I have a Foot Clan kind of headquarters set up. So it's got like 3 weapons racks. I've got four Foot Clan members with Shredder right there. and there's one Foot Clan guy who's literally trying to put every weapon possible in his fucking belt. So he's got like a sai, he's got a nightstick, he's got a sword, and like there's two other guys who are pulling the weapons off the rack who are just looking at him like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He's got nunchucks over his shoulders. Like he's trying to find somewhere to put all these weapons because there's not enough weapon rack space for him to even put his weapons away. That's the insane part.
You gotta put that up on Instagram or something.
I have before, but that's the way I have it displayed. He's literally putting away a sai into his belt, and he's already got nunchucks, another sai, nightsticks, and then two things around his neck, and he's got a bow staff in his armpit. He's a new guy who's trying to just take everything he can, and the other two are like, I'm just gonna take my axe or my sword. They're just looking at him like, what the fuck is the new guy doing? You know,
Ricky, you know what, Ricky, you should bring this up as a topic for Nerd Rage Radio. I bet it'd be a good discussion there too.
With accessory counts and shit.
The accessories. Yeah.
I mean, you could always write into Nerd Rage.
True.
Yeah.
Right. That's how I get my shit on Nerd Rage. I have to write in because I tell Bob like the thing with my kids' baseball. I was talking to Bobby. He's like, "Hey, y'all mind just saying something for him? It'll flip his day out." He's like, "Email me because I'll forget."
He'll forget. Yeah.
So I had to email the show to remind him.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, so let's move on just real quick.
So now we can go to Rusty's week because honestly, all that was just your week. That's how that whole conversation was just your week.
That was my week with a rant or 7. Yeah, oh my God. There was 3 rants included at the tail end of just my week, but we included some stuff from Rusty's week in there too.
Yeah, we haven't even done weeks yet. Well, finished weeks yet.
Yeah. That's fine.
Oh my God, I'm gonna mute because my dog's being dumb.
Yeah, you
dogs. Okay, well, I'll talk about my week then. So pretty light. Finished Wednesday. Don't know where Ricky is at, but wife and I.
We finished it.
There you go.
Finished it. Okay.
Yep.
What did you think, Ricky? I was like, okay, but it seemed rushed at the end.
I liked it, and I totally called it. Like my wife will tell you, I called the ending.
So
it made her mad.
I called it from the beginning.
So spoilers in 3, 2, 1. So my wife called the teacher. My wife called the teacher like on episode 4, I think.
Yeah, I mean it was obvious.
In when she showed up to the coffee shop, I was like, "It's her." It's her.
I only caught it in the second last episode when so Wednesday and Weems, the principal, were talking about whatever the last thing was that she had done that she shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
And the teacher was standing there listening to them have this discussion about the monster in the woods.
Yeah.
And I was going, why is the teacher standing there? She doesn't need to be in this scene. And then Weems excused her and she left. And I was like, okay, so she's got something to do with it. But I mean, at one point, I actually thought we actually had 2 monsters. I thought Xavier, and there was another one, and I couldn't figure out.
You fell for most of the red herrings then.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm oblivious when it comes to this.
Okay, so I'll say this just to toot my own horn ever so slightly. As soon as I saw Christina Ricci, I was like, oh, whatever the bad guy is of this show, it's Christina Ricci. And then they got to the monster, it's her, 100%. There's no reason they bring her in if she's not directly related to the Addams family. It's like, I don't know who the antagonist technically will be, but it's definitely her. Like episode 1. Episode 1, I was like, then the wifey was completely oblivious. I'm like, how did you fucking not get that?
Yeah. I was so I guess I don't know that I felt for all because I kept going like they're making it too obvious for Xavier to be
they did
the monster, right? But then at one point I was like, well, what if there's 2 of them? Right? Like what if because
they juggled that. They juggled that a couple times in there.
But I kept going back to like what was it, like the second episode when they were at the carnival and the monster saved her from Rowan?
Yeah, quote unquote, yeah.
And I was like, why did he save her at that point? And then in the last episode, right, Tyler's like, he's completely off the deep end, right? And basically accepting the fact that he's a monster and he can kill anybody he wants and whatever. So anyway, it was I did fall for like all the red herrings.
Dude, you're talking about your wife trips out by you catch stuff. My wife did the same thing. Like when the therapist went to the hospital to visit the bee kid,
everyone thought it was
dropped out the flowers. Yeah. My wife was like, "Look, it's the same flowers that were in her room. It's her." And I'm like, "No, that's exactly why it's not her."
Yeah.
And she's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Because they made damn sure that those flowers that she had in her hand were dead center of the frame, and the fucking camera followed it. They really wanted that in your head, which means it's got nothing to do with that."
And
So-
I did fall for that one right up until like probably for about one episode, because I kept going back to the fact that they kept mentioning that the hive could be activated by chemical or hypnosis.
Yeah.
Right. And as soon as I said hypnosis, I was like, oh, it's the psychiatrist because she
Yeah.
does hypnosis.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. And then I went, why did they mention the chemical part though? And it wasn't until about an episode late. So for me, actually, the flowers were the tip off. I was like, that's too obvious, right? And then
So
my brain started going, you know,
Then
what,
like the
you're
next scene she dies.
Now-
I was
now see-
laughing.
well,
No.
it was it was a
Yeah.
little bit, and it was a little bit after, right? But then, but that's when I sort of turned to my wife and I said, you know, you're probably right because it's too obvious now. So it's probably the teacher using the flowers to create some potion or whatever, right? To
Yeah.
activate Tyler. And
I am not, I guess, give them their kudos that they had the balls to kill Briannoth. I didn't think they were going to do that.
Yeah. Now see,
That caught me a little off guard.
now I didn't expect her to die. I expect someone else to die. But but for me, I will say I didn't know exactly who the monster was, the Hyde. I knew that Christina Ricci's character was involved somehow. Now I did think it might be her, but then when I got to the point, it's like, okay, it can't be her because that's even beyond coincidental. It's like it wouldn't make sense for it to be her. But now that we know that she was controlling it, but then the whole body part snatching stuff and then the bringing back the other dude, I was like, okay, I think we went.
Stone.
Yeah, it's like to me, it's like, okay, now we've gone beyond. It's like because like the Hyde was almost incidental. Is like that was like an accidental tool that fell in her lap to make the plan happen versus the actual thing that was bad about the whole series. Like
I clicked into it being who the monster was when they started talking about somebody controlling somebody else.
yeah.
And I told my wife, I was like, it's that kid.
Well, I
And
thought
she's
it was
like, well, why do you think that? And I'm like, because his dad, the police chief, is actively going out of his way to help cover up all this bullshit in this town.
Yeah, that
And the
makes
only
sense.
reason why he would do that is if his son's somehow involved.
or someone
Because everybody else was actively showing you how they were doing it to cover their kid. They didn't do that with him.
Or for
like he wasn't
themselves,
saying,
yeah.
I'm covering this up because it's my kid. I'm doing it for the good of the town, you know, whatever bullshit he was saying. But he was actually doing it for his kid. So my thing is, if the odd man out, whatever stands out against everything else making sense, that's the one that you should be looking at. And that's literally what they did with that kid. Is it as soon as they said he could be controlled and the dad was still running around trying to cover shit up, but not saying he was doing it for his kid, because like the mayor was like, cover this up because my kid's involved. You know, the Weems was like, cover this up because one of our students is involved. Everybody was very blatant about what they were covering up for. He was like, I do it for the good of the town. I'm like, that motherfucker's lying, and it's his kid, and he's doing it because it's his kid.
Yeah. So I think
so overall, like I enjoyed the series overall. I didn't enjoy the last episode only because, so Shoki, kind of what you were just saying, right, is that all of a sudden it was like Cragstone was the antagonist that they were really trying to fight against.
yeah.
And so they flipped right away, like from the Hive to Cragstone, final battle, and we're back to the Hive. And so the whole thing about her,
Are you saying hive like beehive?
yeah, is that, or Hyde,
No, it's Hyde. It's
Hyde with a duh.
Hyde,
Yeah.
Hyde,
like
Yeah.
Dr. Jekyll,
But-
Mr. Hyde.
Yeah. I thought you were saying that too. I was about to.
I may or may not have
Well, when
been
he said it earlier, I was
You-
talking about the bee guy in the jail in the hospital. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, okay. So you said Hive. Rikki said Hive, and then Rusty's been saying Hive instead of Hyde.
great.
Yeah.
Great episode.
So
Um,
we're doing great here.
yeah.
So
So it
this
is
is pod.
Hyde, everybody. It is Hyde, and
And
yeah,
then we're gonna
so
tan
I
these
didn't-
Hyde for saying hive.
I didn't like that.
But-
I didn't like that they had portrayed Wednesday as some, you know, death bringer of the school. Yet there's this other shadowy figure in the picture. Yet we basically avoid that whole thing for the whole series, and then all of a sudden, in the last 30 minutes, it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, now it's a thing, and then
I-
now it's not.
Yeah, yeah, that whole idea that like you're the one who's gonna. I mean, that was all meant to deflect. I think what they were trying to do is get Wednesday away from it because it was going to happen because of Wednesday. But I think they missed that mark. I think so. I think the whole point was to get Wednesday to leave or get expelled so that it couldn't come true because they needed her blood.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how stupid it was that Uncle Fester had superpowers?
Can we just talk about how stupid Uncle Fester's involvement in the show
No.
was?
I wanna talk about the fact that Thing is obviously Wolverine's left hand because that
Dude.
sucker healed himself in 24 hours and was back to running around after being stabbed
Yeah.
fatally.
No, you know, okay, so I just want to talk because the last time we talked about it, you guys were behind. So Thing, I love in this one that like someone says, "What? How is that possible?" And they're like, "We don't even know." Like they're just like thing is a hand not attached to anything, and
Yeah.
unlike the old movie where they had kind of the green screen scoop like at the top wrist, like this is actually like stitched up. Like it looks like it's a cut off hand from something. It's just like, yeah, one, it bleeds like he's got internal organs, not just a hand, and two, yeah, he can just not even get a blood transfusion, but heal up really quick and then just have a scar.
And more importantly, just disregard physics, like in general, because a hand not attached to anything should not have any kind of ability to move anything because it has nothing to pull. With.
Yeah, how does he pull? He pulls things.
That's what I'm saying.
He shoves people over. He fights people. It's crazy.
He's giving the middle finger to Newton the whole show.
I will say,
enjoy when Fester showed up and Thing leapt off the table and grabbed him by the throat and they were
fighting. We started to choke him out.
Yeah,
that was a huge shout back to like the original show. Right?
Yeah, it was.
That happened all the time.
Yeah, because we didn't get Gomez to fight Fester, so we had to have somebody else do it.
Yeah. So I mean, I like the Fester character. The superpowers thing was throwing me off. I'm like, why the fuck is he shooting? Like, what is he, Emperor Palpatine now? What the fuck is going on?
He's always been supposed to have some type of electrical ability, just a light bulb in the mouth kind of thing. But that was always like static.
That was like a static electricity thing,
or he's like Ernest.
Quirky.
I think he's related to Ernest. But that's magnetism. But that's magnetism. Yeah. But no, he shot lightning. He could shoot lightning once he was fully charged. When they put him in the electric chair, he could shoot lightning, not just be magnetized.
Yeah, when he was charged by something, he didn't just randomly shoot electricity out of his body.
They do tend to electrocute each other at the Addams family house, but that's whether or not Fester. I like how Fester is a criminal on the run in this one. Mm-hmm. That was interesting. Yeah. Like if they made him like a bank. Well, he was a bank robber.
Armisen,
he was.
So I liked him.
Yeah, he was a bank robber. So I like how they sort of played into even in the Addams Family movies we got, where he was a criminal trying to rob people on behalf of his mom. He's that kind of stuff. So that's all included a bit. I mean, I like the idea of it, but part of it was kind of annoying. He just kind of came in to almost be like a Deus Ex Machina in some places. Like, hey, we lost all these other beneficial characters for the moment because everyone hates Wednesday right now, so we need somebody on her side. So let's just slide Fester in here, and then as soon as everyone's back on her side, slide him right the fuck on out.
Now, you see pictures like in real life. Like you, when you were a kid, you don't look exactly the same as you do now, but you can still see yourself in those old pictures, right? You understand what I'm saying? Like you can still pick out your features in there.
Sure.
Let's talk about how Gomez went from that teenage kid to fucking Luis Guzman in like 20 years. Like what the fuck kind of life was he living that he shrank? He turned into a troll. Like what the fuck happened?
So
Bad
my
genes.
assumption was, he had the electrical powers because he's probably been in an electric chair more times than most.
Yeah,
they
keep trying to fry him.
Yeah, you're still talking about Fenster.
So I was like, okay,
Fester.
he looks the way he does because, right? So anyway, that's where.
No, I think what happened there, because the guy, like I mentioned it before, is like the younger Gomez is actually a pretty attractive dude, reasonably, anyways. But how
he was taller than Morticia. He's taller than Morticia.
Yeah, Morticia got taller than him after high school.
Luis Guzman shrank down and turned into a troll.
I have to imagine that he was cursed by her mom, which we did not get at all in this.
Makes sense, Granny.
I think Granny fucked him up.
Yep.
And by the way, like if you look at the guy who plays Lurch, have you seen that guy?
Yeah.
Like I've seen him as Lurch.
No, go look up the actor. Like they I mean, he wasn't on screen much. They definitely fucked him up too. Like that is not a bad looking dude. Yeah, to make him look like Lurch. That when I was scrolling through the cast, I was like, "This is the guy that plays Lurch." I was like, holy shit! I was like, he's not even on screen for more than a fucking 45 seconds or something.
Yeah.
And like, that's a lot of makeup to make a dude who looks like this look like that. And I was like, that's crazy. Also, I felt like the whole siren cult thing was sort of like brought up really fast and then sort of swept under the rug really quick.
That shit was funny. I would laugh.
I have a feeling that's going to be season 2. Like they're gonna be dealing with that in season 2. Because remember the other kid went, the mayor's son like was sort of getting involved.
It
He's like,
joined up.
yeah, it's joined up. He's like, she's like, no, it's a cult. He's like, what do you fucking know about it? My mom's running it, asshole. And then she's like, oh wait, never mind. I feel like some of the things were brought up just to try to build depth for a character, and then it actually just it was just sort of extra. Like it doesn't necessarily.
What do I know that kid Xavier from? I know that actor from something else too.
Don't know.
Xavier.
Probably something else on Netflix.
He's from Newfoundland, apparently, so that's interesting.
Ah, nice.
The painter guy?
Yeah.
Oh, so he was the one. Okay, Xavier. So once again, he had pretty useful powers and never used them for anything useful.
Dude, that cello thing was cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one where he painted her playing the cello and it would play. That's cool.
This is what I said in the last episode. I think he's just an illusionist.
No, I think
that's all it is.
But okay, so remember when they tried to get everybody out of the school because Crackstone was coming?
Yep.
Okay, I thought that they were going to use the fact that he was painting that big fuck off mural to use that to help people get out or like scare people out. No, they just used all the sirens to get everyone out. And the vampires, by the way, did fuck all. Vampires did nothing in this movie.
Were there vampires?
There were vampires. There's a whole fucking club of vampires. They were the ones wearing sunglasses during the day.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
They didn't do fuck all.
Or the faceless people. We never saw anything.
We never saw them. Yeah.
I took a picture. I took a screenshot of that shit and sent it to Joe.
Yeah.
I was like, it's coming true.
We're literally having faceless characters played by people with actual faces. But then like they mention all these, and then by the way, the cousin It was sort of dropped in there as like one of the founders or something.
Oh yeah.
And like
the
Nightshades, cameo nod and the Nightshades. And I love that the Nightshades were made out to be like all the super important thing, and then they're literally just some socialist club by now.
Yeah, they're like the skull and crossbones.
Yeah, and it's like, you guys know you have like the darkest magic imaginable down here in this fucking basement. And they're like, really? We didn't even know about this. It's like, yeah, no shit. It's like nobody tells you anything. It's like I guarantee there was probably like a whole generation gap. Nobody was in there, and then everybody who was related to somebody important was now available to go down there. And then
they didn't do anything. They didn't do anything with the Medusa kid except for freeze himself to make a weird moment between him and that other girl,
which was dumb but funny. How did they?
But I'm saying, like in the last battle, you think he would have been doing something?
Yeah, he'd have been very useful. Hey, let's turn this guy to a statue. Nope, never mind. Yeah, no, everybody
you just keep your Scully on and go work over there.
So what it came down to Wednesday / Goody being the only one who could stop Crackstone, quote unquote, but you had a school of people who were all superpowered and literally could have worked together. I thought it was going to be like everyone works together to stop him from doing the thing. No, it comes down to a person and their specific relation. And by the way, they never explain why the visions are important to Wednesday, because Morticia had them. Morticia was not an Addams, but the connection is through Goody, who had visions. It's like, what?
Well,
they sidestep that. They're like, wait a minute, are you implying that Morticia is somehow in that bloodline?
Well, no, I think I think she admitted, did she not, that her visions were not as powerful.
Weren't as powerful because she said like she's a dove, Wednesday's a raven, or something like that. Yeah, so she sees positive visions, negative, or Wednesday sees negative ones. But the fact that that seemed to be passed on via the Addams side. Yeah. But it wasn't
when Morticia is not an Addams.
But Morticia's not an Addams by blood. It's just like, wait.
But maybe okay, well, it's not just the Addams line. It just happened to be that direct contact there, but maybe that's why Wednesday's is more powerful, because she gets it from her mother and father's side of the line.
I mean, that could be a thing, but that's also how she was connected to Goody and the past, even though her visions of current shit didn't matter so much as her connection to the past and being able to talk to Ghost.
But that's what I'm saying is she was more powerful and able to do that because she gets it from both sides of her genetic makeup. I mean, whereas maybe previous people couldn't get that connection because they were only getting it through the Addams side.
Could be. That would have been something that could have used a literal.
That's my fan theory. All right, so we watched it. Okay, no, we're running out of time. We haven't even made it through the second person's week. So we watched Wednesday. We all agree we liked it. Had some spots that could have been fixed. That ending was kind of meh. It was okay.
I think
she's still hot.
I will
Dude,
say-
Wednesday's hot.
I'll say
I
one
watched
thing.
an interview with her as an actress, like the girl. She's
As an
kind of dumb.
actress.
Like she's kind of dumb.
That's pretty
Like
funny.
it was her. It wasn't her being a character or anything. It was
Yes.
just her. She. Oh my god. She
So-
talks kind of dumb.
I want to bring up one quick what if. What if they didn't reveal that the teacher was controlling the hide, but they settled all of the situations, but they didn't know. They knew somebody was controlling him, but like say they killed him instead of him being able to survive being shot. And then they roll it to the next season.
How would you activate Cragstone then? Right? That becomes a problem. Right?
Because just somebody else does it.
I suppose.
Like because as far as we know, we have one bad actor.
But
Like-
it could also went the other way. Like you're doing a what if. It could have gone the other way. What if they killed Christina Ricci and then the hide stopped acting up because nobody was controlling them anymore and nobody knew that it was that kid. And then in the next season, somebody else figures it out. So they could do the same thing going the other direction too.
Yeah, but then it'd be replaying
Just tie
the
all
same
that shit up.
But now that they've wrapped up the Crackstone thing, there's what would any other season be about? Because that was
The
like
cult of personality.
It'll have to be somewhere else in the universe because at the end she's out of the school, right? Like they're just done. Or is she
Well,
coming?
that was the end of that semester.
Yeah, it's just Harry Potter. It's just Goth Harry Potter. It's Goth Harry.
Plus,
Except there's no.
Tyler changed into the hide at the end of the last episode, right? So,
More importantly, the biggest difference between
Oh, did he?
yeah, in that when the cops were taking him away and they had him in chains.
Yeah, in the car.
Oh, Tyler.
right?
Tyler. I was thinking Xavier. Sorry. Yeah.
No.
I always got their names backwards.
The biggest difference between this and Harry Potter is I stayed awake for all of this, and Harry Potter's stupid.
Well, the other thing is they could have just let the Crackstone thing go for a while because that is like the big bad for the
Yeah.
school. Like it's like you can't.
Not everything has to be the MCU though, dude.
No, but if it's going to be like Harry Potter, you got to have your big bad that is behind the scenes of everything bad going on, like Dr.
Well,
We
Claw.
still don't know that hasn't happened. Maybe they're gonna do like a supernatural thing, and in season 5, she has to fight the devil who's been controlling all this shit.
Just have to see where they go with the hide.
It's gonna be the Sanderson sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fucking cross it over with Hocus Pocus 3, and then I can shoot myself in the fucking face.
Barf. I still haven't watched that
All
one.
right.
The first one's such okay, so past that. So you watched Wednesdays. What else, dude?
Catching up on Rings of Power. That's about it. Work's still keeping me busy, and I got my Transform and Rollout Agent Meister review out last week. I
Did
got
see that.
Phantasm in my hand right now
Excuse
from
me.
Fans Toys. That'll be next week, and that is over to you, Ricky.
Damn, easy
That's
peasy.
it. Yep.
So I watched some stuff, did some things, worked a lot.
Done.
That's my life.
Yeah, I got in some stuff that I'm working on my painting. I've been talking with Sean, trying to get this process nailed down so I can really get these twins to be perfect, because I have a secondary set that I'm saving to do once I finish this chroming process perfectly. I got in my first ever Mythics Legions figure. I got their Santa Claus that they put out. Really fucking cool figure. Like really cool. Like enough so that I've already got hooks on their Headless Horseman that came out. So I have that coming. I'm not going to go in deep on the Mythics line. I'm not big into like orcs and ogres and all that kind of stuff. Like for display collection for collecting purposes. I don't mind them in movies and shows, but it's not my bag. But I might get like a couple of their Templar knights or something, because I do like knights and medieval shit. So but the Santa's really cool. It came with the appropriate amount of accessories. They all make sense with the character it's supposed to come with. One thing that I thought was cool that, it's probably all out by now because people have been getting them for like the last week or so. The 4 horsemen who made it, who make the Mythic line, also actually included a Christmas gift with their Santa Claus, because the Santa Claus comes with a cloth like presents bag like Santa Claus does.
It's called a sack.
Inside of it, they actually put, I'm not going to spoil it for people who haven't got it yet, but they put 2 things in there that if you're a Mythics Legions collectors, it helps your collection. It doesn't help me at all, again, because it's the only one I have, but it does help people that are into the lines and stuff. And I thought that was pretty cool. They didn't tell anybody what it was. They're in the sack. The sack's in the case. You don't know what it is until you open the sack to look in there. And you're like, holy shit, there's stuff in here.
So
that was pretty cool.
I have a question.
Purple.
Okay, thanks. Actually,
Okay.
it wasn't exactly a question. It was more so when you shared the pictures of when you got that Santa Claus.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Maybe I misread or I wasn't paying attention. For some reason, I thought it was Mezco. Like I
No,
don't.
it's mythic.
Maybe someone else misposted that because I saw because you shared yours, and then I started seeing everybody else post it. For some reason, in my head, I'm like, Mezco. Why the fuck would
Maybe because
Mezco
maybe
make a
because
Santa
somebody
Claus?
said something about soft goods and you just kind of had it in your head, soft goods.
Either that or
Mezco.
I was just skimming and Mezco
Misread
mythic
it.
whatever. Yeah, it's
Uh,
like because when you said earlier when you showed it to us and you said this is the coolest one of the coolest things from Mythics I've ever seen and I had to buy it. I'm like that was why did I think it was Mezco? Like I've been well. I mean to be fair, once again I'm like super fucking tired and been very busy outside of work itself, just trying to fucking keep up and just throwing it in here real quick. I had something I forgot to mention for my week. I had to do a fucking sleep study this weekend to make sure that I could pass my DOT, blah blah blah. And I don't know how it went. All I know is I didn't sleep for shit either night that I had to do the sleep study. So we'll see what happens. Like hopefully it just registers that when I was asleep everything was fine and that I don't have sleep apnea because it's all I needed to say. But all I know is like between the thunderstorm we had Saturday night that woke me and the wifey up, and then she was snoring, which fine. But then like last night I was snoring for one part of it, and I know something was up because I woke up with a sore throat. Like not feeling sick or anything else, but like I was snoring for some reason last night during the middle of that sleep study. So hopefully that'll be okay. I was just squeezing that in there because that's a fucking Christmas surprise that I don't want to fucking get. We had turned
And then I got anybody who talks to me on a regular basis knows how I feel about McFarlane. Not a big fan.
loves them. The eyes are great.
I long story, dude, but he fucked me on that Spawn Kickstarter, and I haven't forgiven him for it.
I know a lot of people in that same boat.
And so
it's Monday.
I don't buy his stuff. Like I'm one of those ones. I'll bitch about it if brought up, but I speak with my wallet when it comes to figures and collecting stuff. I will
let me interrupt
not spend money on stuff. Nope. Let me finish this one and then interrupt.
Okay.
Let me at least finish this line.
It's on this topic. That's why I wanted to.
Okay.
So
I have a hard rule that if somebody gives me something, I can't get rid of it. Like if it's a gift from somebody, it's how I am. Even if I hate it, it'll just go in a box in the garage or something. So I have probably 4 or 5 McFarlane figures from his DC waves because people know how I feel about it and they send them to me and then ha ha ha, and I look at it and I throw it in a box. Well, my neighbor came over. He's like, "Hey, what you up to?" I'm like, "Nothing, I'm hanging out." And he's like, "I got something for you." And this motherfucker plops this Batman down on my fucking table. He bought the big monster truck looking thing.
Yeah.
That he put out because he's gonna make a custom of it for his GI Joes. And he gave me the Batman out of it. Now it's McFarlane, so fuck McFarlane, but it is a pretty cool looking Batman. It's like he's like got like this big duster on with spikes and bits all over him, and he comes with a scythe, and
that's the Wasteland Batman from that chunk of
the
DC.
Grim Reaper Batman or whatever the fuck he is. His scythe is cool as shit.
It's that's actually like proper Batman after the Blackest Night, I believe is what he called himself, reshaped the universe. That's what Batman turned into. No, it's actually pretty cool. Anyways, because he gets a bat. So now he's the one that rides he's the one that rides the Batbone motorcycle.
No, this is not that one. This is the one that comes. This comes with that truck.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying in the story that Batman rides that motorcycle.
I mean, I guess so. I never read that shit, so I don't know.
I like that. I like that truck because it is sentient. That is Bruce Wayne. Batman is a truck.
My thing is I got stuck with this, so now I have another fucking McFarlane figure, although I'll probably just repurpose his scythe to my Headless Horseman or something and then just have the Batman in a box somewhere.
Just do some kind of a paint mod thing on it and make yourself happy.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'm not that guy. See, I'm not a paint modder. There's certain, I do it to things that make sense.
Use it as a paint tester.
What I'll end up doing is because one of the reasons, because Rusty wasn't around for it, was the reason why I'm going from Masterpiece to Legends is to give myself more room for my collection. Because if you walked in my office right now, you'd think Transformers is my jam because 90% of what you see is Transformers. When in reality, it's not. It's actually Batman first, followed by DC second, then Transformers, and then like Turtles and GI Joe and stuff like that. So
Turtles.
my thing is my setup is very backwards. It's not right in my head. I have a fuck ton, and when I say fuck ton, I got a fuck ton of Batman and DC stuff that nobody even knows I own because I don't display it. So I'm going down to Legends to just kind of push my Transformers into 1 or 2 displays and give myself room to put my other stuff out. So when I end up doing that, he'll probably just be in the back of a shelf behind some other Batmans or something because he's not ugly. I didn't spend money on it, so I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
But it'll just be one of those like Batmans in the backgrounds. So what were you going to say about McFarlane?
So remember how I got that Spawn versus Batman or Batman Spawn?
Yeah, the comic.
Yeah. So today, I forgot about this. Bedrock City Comics down in Houston was doing a midnight release or something like that of the variant covers. And they have a fuckload of variant covers done by different artists, including Sean Murphy in the style of the Batman White Knight comics.
Did you get it?
No, because I forgot about it, but I don't know if I can buy it individually or like online, or if I have to go all the way down to the fucking store. Obviously, I'm sitting here talking to you guys, so I can't get it.
Secondary market's gonna fuck you up.
I mean, like, if the entire comic was done in that style, there'd be another story. But I mean, it's just a cover. Do I need to buy another $18, $20
Again, are
book?
you new to collecting?
Well, who the fuck is?
Aren't you
calling
the
me?
guy who buys like all 65 different variants of the same Power Ranger cover? Yes,
No.
you need the variant.
I buy every cover of the Black Batman White Knight comics because usually there's only three to four.
I thought you said you did
variants.
that with the Power Rangers too. Like it's a base one, and there's one with like hollow foil on it, and then this, that, and another thing.
The ones I need are the specific hollow foil, every Ranger holding their helmet, but that's it. That's all I need for that. I don't need like every variant, but there are some cool ones that I'm just like, impulse buy. Like, don't need, just like, this is a really cool fucking cover, Like I've got one that's I believe it's Draken on the cover, and it's just cool art. That's all it is. It's just a cool thing. And then I got like 1 or 2 variants of some of the later ones that just came out. Like
what you need to do is try to remember to call that place and ask them if they had any copies left, and did you have to come pick it up in person? And
that's what I said, because they were doing like a midnight release deal, because they post all over Facebook, but I didn't know if you could, because they do online auctions whenever like shit comes out. So
is it midnight tonight or midnight last night?
I think it's supposed to be midnight tonight, because it said.
Bitch, you better drive your ass over there.
I ain't worried about it. No, it's all the way down in Houston. Like it's like
I thought you lived near Houston.
I do not. It's like 45 miles away. And
45. Oh, wham, fucking wham. What did it take you 30 minutes to drive, you fucking asshole?
You're not a collector.
No, this is Houston.
Ass motherfucker. I have driven all the way down to fucking Tampa, which is like an hour and 15 minutes away to pick up shit.
Yeah, 45 miles is an hour and a half. That's not
again
a quick drive. That's
your point being
to go have the chance to buy a comic is not worth my time. No,
dude, for that specific comic,
I'll buy the shit online if I can.
Fucking donuts.
Well, that's donuts. Yeah. That's a different story.
Has anything more Canadian ever been said? I've driven an hour and a half for donuts.
Yes, I'm sure
I've driven to Krispy Kreme up in Gainesville just because you can get them hot and fresh straight out of Krispy Kreme. I can go right down to the gas station and buy Krispy Kreme, but it's not the same.
Christmas cream. But anyway, no, I don't need it that bad. Like I said, it's just a cover. I don't need it that bad. If it was, like I said, if the entire comic was completely redone in that style, that'd be another story. I would buy that in.
Well, now skip buying the PlayStation and just buy that instead.
Shit. I mean, that's only like $20 in comparison. But no, especially no, because I want that PlayStation. But I looked through the different variant covers, and like there were definitely like straight up McFarlane, and then like a few other like big names that I don't know, but they are big names in the comic book industry. And I'm like, okay, so this looks like 80s, 90s, 2000s, like the updated artwork as Spawn goes on, but it's still like essentially the same cover, just redone over and over in different styles. So I was like, that's actually really fucking cool for kind of an anniversary deal. I'm kind of here for that.
Right.
Yeah, even though I haven't actively collected Spawn comics in fucking 12, 15 years. Longer. Yeah.
I got them all digital, like all the way up to when Spawn became like God or whatever he did. he became an angel or some shit. I don't fucking remember. It was
No,
a stupid story.
he was given some powers and then gave it all back up to go be back on Earth.
And then I got spoiled to the fact that Al dies, and then I think it got spoiled again that he's back again as Spawn. Like they killed him off, and somebody else became Spawn, and nobody liked him, so they killed him off and brought Al back, and like it's all dumb now.
Yep, he's just Goku.
Yeah, so I got the Batman. I think that's all I got in. I'm trying to remember if I got in anything else. It was paint stuff, the Santa Claus.
Did you watch anything else?
Yeah, Vox Machina. I burned through all that.
What'd you think?
I finally sat down. I enjoyed it. Like it was funny, dude. It had me cracking up at parts, like hard laughing at this shit, dude. Like
I figured you would love the little elf.
Yeah, the
musician.
elf. Oh yeah. He's the fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like it was. I really enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I'm looking forward to season 2. EE loves that show. Like he's already burned through it. I think he's like that show, like you are with Letterkenny. Like he just constantly has it going.
Yeah.
I'm not that crazy. I've only watched it through once. I'll probably watch it once more just so I can actually absorb more of it before season 2 comes out. But it was very enjoyable. Like I laughed my ass off at it. What else did I watch? Anything of note other than that? Oh, I started watching White Lotus. Made it through the first couple episodes today, actually.
My wife's addicted to that show right now. Actually, I think she just watched.
I want to start it.
And
it's wild, dude. The first episode's nuts, and it just gets wilder from there. I've heard.
I can't get into it. I tried watching like 2 or 3 episodes with her, and I'm like,
it's just not for you.
No interest in the show at all.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I want to see. Like, I can't tell if it's supposed to be funny or is it a drama or is it a whodunit?
I think it's all of the above.
Okay. Like, I don't know what it's supposed to be yet.
Yeah.
So I'm still giving it time.
It's all of that. Oh, I just when we talked,
that's about it.
When we talked about movie trailers last week, we forgot about the movie trailer for Cocaine Bear.
No, we didn't forget about it. I just don't care about it.
Oh, that fucking
Cocaine Bear.
Yes,
it's literally exactly what you sound like. It's. Now let's see if y'all can hear. Let's see if you can hear the air quotes. Based on a true story.
Yeah.
So like there literally is like the Cocaine Bear that I can't remember where. There's some museum where they actually have that thing stuffed and mounted now. You can like go see it. It's been there for like 20 years.
Yeah.
It's the movie plays it up to be more than what it was in real life.
It's going to be more of a comedy. Yeah, but
it's a dark comedy. So here's the rundown, Rusty. Drug dealers flying with drugs in their plane. I can't remember, it either crashes or they dumped the cargo.
I think they dumped it and went back.
They dumped the cargo, and it's like 75 pounds of coke. And in the movie, the bear gets coked up and likes it. And loved being coked out of its mind. So it starts hunting down all the other coke that's spread throughout the woods. And some people have found some of the coke. So now he's starting to murder these people to get their coke.
Yeah,
like,
it's going to be a great fucking movie. It's going to be a great fucking movie.
Sharknado?
Yes,
no, but I mean,
with cocaine bears.
But literally this kind of happened.
Yeah, it says it's based on, so that it's like as soon as I
saw based on true story, they found a bear that had died in the woods, surrounded by packets of cocaine. It overdosed. People don't understand the little amount of coke it actually takes for an overdose. Yeah. And this bear ingested like 20 times that amount instantly because it just ate the package. It wasn't like snorting lines or anything. It just picked up the package and ate it.
Yeah. Yes, I do remember hearing about this story in the news now that you're talking about it. Yes.
So it's based on a real thing, but then they took it and ran wild with that motherfucker. So now it's like a geeked out bear who wants more coke, and you better not have it.
I want a video game sort of like
just be a coked up bear running around killing people.
Hold on. If you've ever played Maneater, the shark game,
shark one,
yes. I want that
like a little guppy and work your way up to a great white.
But I want it to be the cocaine bear, and like it's like God of War. It's like God of War, but like Spartan Rage is when you finally get your coke.
I thought you were going to go down the line of like Deer Hunter, but you can't kill the bear because it's coked out of its fucking mind.
Yeah. No, that's why I said Maneater. Like, because Maneater, you play as the shark.
There was a game, you start as like this little like fucking
baby
shark, and the more you eat and the more you kill, you evolve into worse and worse sharks. No, until you're this massive jaws.
You're basically and everything. Yeah, so you're like a offspring of like a megalodon kind of, but then like Dude, the game is fantastic, but it's too short. They never did DLC for it or a sequel, but I love that game. It's basically Grand Theft Auto Shark Edition, but like
Mhm.
you're killing other fish and stuff like that just to
And
grow.
then you get till you get big enough till you can kill
Yeah,
humans.
but like, well, yeah, and so like, and you get missions like, okay, you got to kill however many alligators, you got to kill however many other types of sharks. The hardest thing in the fucking game to fight and kill is the whales. Like, you get out into kind of open ocean territory, and the whales are a fucking bitch, man, because they're like, they'll team up on you, especially like the orcas. They'll put out a call, and then like you'll start getting swarmed by fucking orcas, even though
Oh,
you're
no.
a shark bigger than them. They can fucking team up on you and kick your ass.
Right.
Plus, you get powers. You know, you get like you get poison, electricity, and then I forgot the other one. Like, oh, bone armor. So you get like this crazy bone armor. You can upgrade your teeth. You could. It's literally a God of War shark. So like, it's fucking fun, but it goes so fast. But like, you start out in a tiny little swamp, and your mom was killed by this one particular shark hunter, and most of the game is you trying to kill that shark hunter. And then you do get later on where it is more like Grand Theft Auto, where if you take down a certain type of fisherman boat, you now summon all of the shark hunters in the area, and they all start coming after you. So like,
what platform is this?
I think on all of them, or most of them, I have it on 360 or on Xbox, but I'm pretty sure it's on PlayStation and on PC.
Oh my
It's
God.
been out for a couple of years. Dude, it is a blast. I was addicted. Like, I was staying up late for me fucking playing this shit. I'm like staying up till like fucking midnight on a quote unquote school night.
It's funny how those like sometimes those simple games can
Dude,
be so addictive, right?
Dude,
Like,
and part of it is like you have to kill a certain amount of people on this beachside golf course.
yeah.
Like, you have to actually jump out of the water, kill as many people as you can before suffocating, and then make it back to the water.
Oh my God.
And there's some things where they're like, there's bonuses that are like so you're gonna have to, they're like dangling from a tree or something way up or on a dock that's like 20 feet in the air. You have to build speed, like get way down and then jump so fucking high that you got to get this shit in midair. Like,
That's funny.
it is so much fun, and it has never had a sequel that I know of, and doesn't have any DLC. And it's like, you need to fucking add more shit to it. I mean, like, you fight other sharks, you fight alligators and stuff like that, but I mean, you're like a mutant shark, which is obvious because you have all these fucking powers and shit. But like, taking down boats, like, you can't take out anything really big, but at one point you're kind of assaulting a cruise ship for reasons, you know. And like, you're in like a fake, like, you go from like almost like Louisiana to San Francisco, like as though they're next door to each other. So you start in the swamps of like Louisiana, and then it sort of goes Evergladesy, then it sort of goes, I guess more realistically, it's probably closer to Miami, but they make it a little bit more San Francisco looking. But you're basically in the Gulf of Mexico, sort of. You know, I say sort of because it's all fictional, but that game is fun, just on and offshoot, because I want the Cocaine Bear version of that, where you start out as a fucking little cub and your mom was killed, and then you got to work your way up to finding the guy who killed your mom. But incidentally, you get mutated by the cocaine you found by a crashed airplane, and then now you go into like super bear mode whenever you find somebody who has cocaine.
This episode of Now You Made It Awkward has been brought to you by Maneater.
And the people at Cocaine Bear.
People at Cocaine Bear. Okay, so it's Maneater Cocaine Bear Edition.
Yep,
it's the same game.
Andy's Revenge.
Okay, if you get well, there is a deer game that's kind of like that, sort of, but it's much more ridiculous. Much like Goat Simulator, there's a deer simulator. Goat Simulator is a whole different fucking barrel of goats, because I don't think there's any monkeys. But either way, yeah, no, damn it, now I want to play Maneater. That game was so much fucking fun. I'm not joking. Like, Untitled Goose Game is like that, but with no violence. If you've never played Untitled Goose Game, it's worth like the $6.
Canadian geese, of course, right?
No, unfortunately, not so much.
Oh man, this is
what is that fucking picture, Ricky?
I don't know why that just went through. That's the one I tried to send y'all earlier. I was just typing that. I wrote above it just now.
Yeah, that's funny. When it came through at the same time, that would be.
But that's the one I was telling you earlier where you were frozen and he was moving.
Oh, that's weird. It makes you little tiny on the screen there. This is a great podcast, and we're talking about a picture you guys can't see. Well, guys, we were going to do a whole thing about Mandela effects,
But we did something else instead.
But instead, we went off on a huge rant that will be an extra that may or may not be aired. We'll see. Because
so we'll save
like
Mandela effect, and when they
So-
finally hear us do the Mandela effect, they'll feel
Yeah.
like they've already heard us talk about it, and that will become a Mandela effect.
Indeed.
I feel like I'm never being invited back again because I made you guys go off on some good
No, you're being invited back just because of that.
No, I mean that was good potting. But if you guys know any fun Mandela effects, talking to the audience here, by all means leave them in the comments down below or on the community post that I put up both on the Now You Made It Awkward channel and on the It Doesn't Have to Make Sense channel. I'll probably put it up on Facebook as well, because there's a whole lot of them out there, and as I've been finding out, there's some shit that either, like, I think Ricky, you brought one up earlier, and we're like, wait, what? That's a thing?
Which one?
Well, I guess
Blue one?
yeah.
We were talking about the Mandela effect, and it's been mispronounced, and that's a Mandela.
Oh, that is a yeah. It's not Mandela. It's Mandela.
Mandela.
That's
Mandela.
Mandela. Not Mandala, not Mandola.
Yeah.
Mandela.
And just for reference for everybody, the reason it's called the Mandela effect is because there's a large group of people who thought that Nelson Mandela died in prison in like the 80s.
And like could swear to it, could tell you they saw it on the news, it was in
everything.
the papers, and blah 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 blah, and it didn't happen because the dude died in like the 2000s or late 90s.
2013, he actually died.
2013.
He was released,
And he was once again a head of state. Like
yeah, he became like the president
he was
of whatever African
president
country.
of whichever country. Unfortunately, we don't know.
Was it not South Africa?
Might have been.
It might have been, yeah, because of the
Yeah.
apartheid. Yeah, it probably was.
Yeah,
South
in
Africa.
theory, yeah, that makes sense. So like,
He was like prime minister or whatever.
yeah, so people thought he died way back when in prison, and then not. And there are beliefs, and I'm starting to believe it the more I see some of these things, that the reason we're having these issues, especially now, is because
God, everybody put on your tinfoil caps, start smoking crack.
It wouldn't help you. That back in 2016, when CERN fired up the Large Hadron Collider for the first time.
Yeah, we're starting to cross over into parallel universes.
No, that's what happened. We actually...
that's what people think happened.
Yeah, so when they fired it up, they actually caused a chain reaction that destroyed our original universe and forced all of us into the next over universe. That's why it's so similar, but we start seeing all these tiny little details.
Hey, remember when we were talking earlier when I said people have to find a bad guy to point at so they don't want to admit that they fucked up? I'm going to say the same people that think the CERN brought in fucking multiple dimensions are the same idiots that thought Mandela died in fucking prison and just don't want to admit they were stupid.
I don't want to be invited back.
All right, so Rusty's removed from the permissions now. But
No, I take it back.
Yeah,
No,
but
take it back.
But think about how crazy the world has been since 2016. So imagine
the world has been crazy since negative 2016.
But
so I mean, it doesn't matter.
Since negative 2016.
Yeah, like pre-zero ding dong.
So BC.
Yes.
2016.
Yeah.
I did
For
that
all
on
of you
purpose,
non-Christians out there, that's before Christ.
And for all you people, everybody else, it's before Common Era.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, and then don't get me started on AD because
after death.
Yeah, after
See,
death.
that's the one thing. That's the one thing that
It's
everybody messed up
Latin.
before.
It's
No. The
Latin. It's not
BC is
for
before
after
Christ and AD after death.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's a 32-year gap in between that people forget about.
Yeah. By the way, BC didn't end when Jesus was born.
No.
That's why it's stupid. It's like everybody thinks like before Christ. It's like, you mean before he was born? No, before he died. Wouldn't that be after Christ?
Okay, so it's
After and before.
Domini.
Now I don't
Anno
want to
Domini.
be
Yes,
back.
isn't Anno Domini basically year of our Lord? Essentially,
That's
Yes.
what I'm trying to figure
that's
out.
literally Latin.
It means
it's
year of our
Lord.
year of our King,
Yeah,
or year of our
Year
Lord.
of our Lord Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, so that's why it's funny. But the reason I got into this argument about AD is because if you get into, speaking of multiverses, the Gundam timeline, there's the
Jesus.
No, that's very simple. It's the there's the universal. Hold on, there's the universal timeline, universal century, which happens in an alternate timeline, so to speak. Then there's like the Build Divers universe, Build Divers, Build Fighters, Gundam 00, and one other one all take place.
Jesus fucking Christ! Remember how he said this was simple when he started talking?
No, because there's realistically there's 4, maybe 5 actual timelines.
On a time.
There's but the thing is,
Gundam.
I got into this argument with one of my subscribers who was arguing that the AD timeline wasn't our timeline, that AD meant something entirely different. And I'm like, basically,
Dude,
it was
crackpots on your
it was this
shit.
it was this exact argument. And I'm like, and so I started making memes around this guy, and I literally said, dude, it takes a lot of balls to fucking still be living in the BC era. You know, it's like all the rest of us losers living in the AD era.
So in his world, they fired off this CERN super collider in the year of our Lord 1.
Yeah, it's like he
just created a whole nother parallel universe.
And he was definitely someone who did not know what AD stood for. I don't want to say that he thought it meant after death, but he did not realize that we refer to.
I don't actually think it meant after death. Just so everybody knows.
But there are the people. And when I was a kid, I thought it was before Christ and after death. When I was a kid, before I knew better. But Mandela effect happens, and now all of a sudden it's damn it, Domini.
Amos Dominatrix.
Yeah, there you go.
But just to branch off for like 30 seconds, why is
another
BC
timeline
English and AD Latin?
Because the Latins had taken over by the time AD was made up.
By the time
English language didn't even exist back then, like I don't know.
I mean, we didn't have that calendar at that point. It's like we've reinvented the calendar. The Christians
that's the
calendars.
Julian calendar that was invented, you know, with the Pope Julian, but that's why it has the AD, because in the Roman Catholic Church nothing existed before Christ, so that was
can we
before the
Mayan?
Common Era.
Can we go back to the Mayan?
No, they speak Aztec.
Which Aztec? We had this discussion last episode.
The Mayans don't speak Aztec, so it doesn't matter.
The yucatash potato soup or whatever, I don't know.
That is probably some kind of racist.
It's some kind of ist.
That was definitely some kind of
for
ist.
sure.
Dude,
definitely me not giving a fuck.
Rename this podcast to some kind of racism? Like, is that?
No.
Oh my god, it would be shut down. So it would either be shut down immediately, or it would be the best growing channel on fucking YouTube.
Not without Mike. Not without Mike being here. Oh wait, never mind. That'd be some kind of sexist.
Yeah, well, just some kind of ist should be the name of the
some
podcast.
kind of ist, actually.
Which Mike?
Or the other Canadian.
The not cool Canadian.
Yeah.
You think I'm cool, Ricky?
I mean, not anymore.
I mean, you yeah, because you said
right up until you said that I did.
Don't acknowledge it.
You blew it, Rusty.
You had it. You had all the gold, Rusty, and then you just had to go
threw it away.
You fucked it all up.
It's only there if you see it out of the side of your eye. If you look directly at it, it disappears.
Don't talk about side eye.
Yeah, no, it's the SEP from Hitchhiker's Guide.
SCP. Oh, yeah, okay.
The cloaking capability that you can only see from the side of your eye, and if you look directly at it, it disappears.
That's right. That's right.
Your peripheral vision.
Wait, is that how the dude from oh shit, what was that dumb superhero movie, Ben Stiller? Mystery Men. Was that how that dude's worked? Because he was only
I'm
invisible.
only invisible if nobody's around.
Yeah, if nobody looks at me, I'm invisible. It's like
I have that same superpower.
Yeah, I mean, but it worked. But he also had to be naked.
Yeah, which was weird.
Also, that might be a Mandela effect, because in the trailer, well, hold on, listen. Just
you're a Mandela.
No, listen. Yeah, I swear in the trailer. So the first time he uses his powers, or he takes off his clothes and he thinks he's using his powers, then everybody turns around and he's standing there naked. And everybody's like,
it's not the first time he uses his powers. It's the first time they see him use his power.
That's what I'm saying. I don't remember. I haven't seen it in a minute. But I remember specifically in the trailer when they show that silly scene and he's standing there naked and everybody's like, whatever. Somebody says that's a two-hander, son. And I don't think that's actually in the movie, but I swear to God.
Well, I mean, that's not a Mandela effect, because it could have been a deleted scene.
Yeah, so it's either a deleted scene, or it was only in the trailer, or it never happened. Because I remember wanting to hear that in the movie.
Mandela effect.
Well, I think some Mandela effects do come from situations like that, because there's TV shows.
But a Mandela effect is a misremembering, not there was a different option.
Well, it depends on if it's another universe or not.
Oh, sweet Jesus. You want to talk about a Mandela effect? Remember earlier when we were signing off, talking about see y'all later, and then we got into this thing again?
No, because we actually never got to that point. But now it's time.
I want to believe that Shoki is just being the devil's advocate in this scenario of, but at the same time, I feel like
No, Shoki believes that shit.
Oh,
Shoki's crazy.
At this point,
that's my concern.
At this point, I believe there's enough weird shit that is happening that it's possible that
you can't see it. You can't see it always, but sometimes when he turns in his chair just right, if you look behind Unicron, you see his tinfoil hat and his meth pipe just sitting there.
I don't need meth to be weird.
You don't need it, but it helps.
Hey, I don't live in Florida.
We're a self-absorbed race on a third planet from a star in a universe that is so vast. We have no idea how big it is. And you want to talk about how weird the universe is?
Sir, you are talking crazy. First of all, we are a flat coin on the back of a turtle riding through the cosmos. You need to fucking relax with all that.
Hold on. It's not the back of one turtle. There's an infinite number of turtles.
Exactly. Something like that.
Across the multiverse.
No. It's an infinite number of turtles stacked. No, our world is on the back of an infinite stack of turtles. It's turtles all the way down.
It's a turtle soup.
What are the names of the first 4 turtles?
They don't have names. Why do you think these universal turtles have names?
You would think it was TMNT referencing, but it's really not, because the first one's name is Bob. The second one is Jim.
Hold on.
The third one is Santa Maria for some reason. Has nothing to do with
First of all, Christopher Columbus didn't even have just 3 ships.
Nobody ever said he did.
Yes, they
that's
did.
That's a Mandela effect. No, that's his 3 main ships.
Oh,
that
mains.
Does not mean that's all he came over with.
So he had to bring his main hose, but he actually had all his side hose with him too.
Yes, he had his harem with him.
Or those are the only 3 that made it, and that's the only reason we talked about them.
Yeah. So, anyways,
yeah,
I said it had nothing to do with Christopher Columbus because that's alternate universe shit.
No, I will say that I think.
And the 4th one's name is Sarah.
Why they gotta be a Sarah? Sarah's are fucking
Bob, Jim,
bitches.
Santa Maria, and Sarah. Those are the 4 turtles.
Wait,
Rusty asked, I answered.
Wait, are you talking about the first ones from Earth down, right?
From the bottom side of the planet coin. Down.
Okay. I just making
the
sure.
Ones up all have like alien sounding names, like Flurgum Flap.
Well, that and there's no first because it's infinite. There's no end to the turtles.
Well, there is a first if you're counting from a point.
Yeah, so our flat coin Earth is the center of the universe.
Okay, bye.
See, I don't believe that Rikki does. So either way, or is it who's the rapper who believes in flat Earth that always talks about it?
Kanye?
Nobody cares.
No, it wasn't Kanye. No, it's
Bob. B-O-B.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
B-O-B.
I remember somebody else. Not Wheezy. What's his name? Fuck. I can't think of his name. Starts with a W. Either way,
Little Wayne.
Little Wayne also. Yeah, Wheezy. Little Wayne. Yeah. He
Little
also
Wayne has tattoos on his eyelids. I don't take any kind of fucking advice from that motherfucker.
Yeah, I don't tend to take it. What?
That doesn't start with a W. It starts with little.
It starts with a little W.
This is why you're always invited back, Rusty.
And just like that, Canada was wiped off the map.
Shoki just canceled Canada. Good luck, motherfuckers.
Canceled Canada.
We're the only thing keeping you from being overrun by the Russians, by the way. I'm just letting you know.
Wouldn't it be run across by the Russians?
Across?
Yeah, but you guys also have a Chinese military outpost in your country.
Do we?
Yeah, you do.
I have one right around the corner. It's called First Walk. They make some badass Chinese food, dude.
Is this another weird conspiracy theory?
No, that's true. There's a Chinese military outpost in Canada.
So
God. Okay, so remember when we were wrapping up this show?
We're wrapping it up, but
been home for like 3 hours and I haven't even said hi to her yet.
You said hi to her earlier when she brought you to Swedish Fish. You told her she's your favorite person.
Count, dude.
Did
you
kiss her?
Lick her in her mouth?
Did you kiss her? Why? You could have kissed her.
Because I was on here talking with you turds.
You weren't on camera. You could have been fucking her for all we know.
I was literally in the middle of painting when she showed up. I was painting masks.
Oh, so it's your painting that was interfering, not the podcast. I had my goofy
goggles and all that stuff.
So you couldn't even see her.
By the way, you called me a turd.
Who did?
You did.
You did.
I called both y'all turds.
Yeah, you called me and him a turd.
I'm insulted.
Wait, are we the same turd or are we different turds?
Now you're a salty turd. So
by the way, we've been at war.
He's a rusty turd.
Sweden for several years.
What? Rusty's trying to have a serious conversation. You called him a rusty turd. He's like, what did he just say?
He said he was a salty turd. I'm like,
Is
he's a
that
rusty
what you
turd.
said was rusty turd? That's
Yeah,
good.
I said he's a rusty turd. It's like you said he's a salty
You're like,
turd.
what?
Yeah.
That's going in my next video somehow.
Yeah.
I am a rusty turd.
This is the rusty turd
Welcome to
signing off.
Transformers Masterpiece Theater. I'm a rusty turd.
Let me tell you about these fucking American assholes I talked to and how and I was saying nice things about them, and then they called me a rusty turd.
Well, you started it. I added to it.
Well, he said he
geez.
was sad about me calling him a turd, so I said he was a salty turd. You're the one who called him a rusty turd.
Yeah. Well, I guess you know, tastes more like a coin.
I feel like
Like the earth is shaped
online
like.
persona. I did change my online persona name to the Rusty Turd now.
For
I dare you.
just for 12 days.
Or just for
No, just for your next episode, just title it "Rusty Turd and the Phantasm."
oh fuck, that would be funny.
That's the name of your episode for your Phantasm
That's
cover.
weird.
the Phantasm of the Rusty Turd.
It'll be the
Mask of the
I'll
rusty
call it
turd.
the Rusty Turd.
Yeah, no, we do not talk about Batman like that, sir.
You brought a
We do not
phantasm.
make. Yeah, that's because he's going to be reviewing Phantasm, you jackass.
I know. I'm throwing Batman in
That's
the
the
mix.
Mirage. No, we don't do that to Batman, motherfucker.
Hashtag not my Mirage.
Yeah, exactly.
Not in this
Rusty knows
episode.
what's up.
Not in this episode. Either
Rusty
way.
knows what's up.
I remember when we were saying goodbye.
I remember that like 5 or 6
And
times.
wait,
All
why
the
are we
other-
at war
5
with
hours
Sweden?
ago.
Hold on, why were we
All
at
the
war
other-
with Sweden?
Because we're eating all their fish and they get mad about it.
By the way, we're at war with Sweden over an island somewhere between here and Sweden, and we keep
Okay,
some-
that's gonna be
somewhere.
the longest running. That's gonna be the longest running war ever because Canada's too nice to attack,
is it-
and Sweden's just fucking
Is
doesn't
it
do anything.
Iceland or Greenland? Which one?
No, it's I don't know. It's so apparently Canada keeps leaving bottles of whiskey and Sweden keeps leaving bottles of maple syrup, I think is what's going on. I don't know.
That sounds
Anyway,
backwards.
Sounds like a pissing contest thing.
pretty much.
It sounds like a good time. Can we go to this island?
It is funny. There's absolutely
That-
nothing on this island, but anyway.
Well, it seems like a
It's
perfect place to go.
absolutely
Let's go.
The nicest war in human history,
Yeah.
where no shots
Hold
are
on.
fired and they just keep trading durable goods with each other.
Hold on. You're telling me one country's leaving maple syrup, another country's leaving booze, and there's no one there? Why shouldn't I
Yeah.
go to this island?
There's nobody living on the island. It's one of those situations where the island is like halfway between Canada and Sweden, and they're both claiming that
Isn't like half the world halfway between Canada and Sweden?
pretty much.
It depends on
Yeah.
where you start.
So
You guys-
is this
you guys
island?
don't-
Is this island called Europe? Like, are y'all mistaking Europe for an island? Are y'all, actually, it is an island.
Hold
The
on.
whole entire thing's an island. It's just floating in water on all 4
No,
sides.
it's not.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's attached.
Picture-
to Asia, you
picture-
crazy fucking
I said
American.
the whole fucking thing. Though I was including Asia and all that. We're all big islands.
But Europe
First
is
of
not
all,
Asia. Shoki,
it's-
what are we doing?
First of all, it's not floating. It's fucking landmass that's connected. There's water around it.
Second of all, whiskey. Let's get back to whiskey talk.
I'm gonna
Europe
start
is part of
drinking more.
Asia, therefore, I don't know what's happening.
I mean, Europe is part of Asia, which is part of Russia, which is part of
Which makes Chinese food fancy French cuisine.
The Whiskey War, also known as the Liquor Wars, was a pseudo-confrontation and border dispute. Denmark and Canada over hands.
That's not Sweden.
It's not Sweden.
Now you're starting an international incident with Sweden, bringing them into
Oh.
Denmark's
Sorry.
fault.
Disregard everything I said.
Fucking
before.
Canadians starting
She-Hulk.
wars.
She-Hulk's trash.
And
We're
we
gonna delete
thought
this whole thing
Americans
out.
were bad at history.
It's
Anyway,
a Mandela effect. It used to be Sweden, now it's Denmark.
it used to be Sweden, now it's Denmark.
There you go. There's your Mandela effect for next time.
If you think there's any wars going on out there between a different country than you remember,
Between Sweden, literally the only country in the world that won't go to war with people, he has a memory of them being at war with each other.
oh my god.
That's awesome. Rusty,
Okay,
you're my favorite.
Okay, bye.
You're my favorite, Rusty. Okay,
All right.
bye.
Bye, guys.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats.